Well, hello, everyone out there in the ether. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. How are y'all doing?
Excellent.
Doing well.
I'm blessed.
Great.
Good.
Keeping an eyeball on the chat.
First time for AJ on my stream.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm glad it's something I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Giant creatures eating humans and stepping on lawyers. What could be better than this movie? No wonder it's legendary.
Nothing.
Dinosaurs. I was just thinking, I don't know if my love for dinosaurs came first or this movie, but I got everything that I thought I wanted from the first one. I guess we're not talking about the second and the third one. Opinions differ on that.
We're talking about one film.
He said,
I agreed to one film, Jacob. I did not agree to the franchise and what happens next. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one and only one.
No Jurassic World.
Stop it.
Says the boomer wearing a Jaws t-shirt.
Well, listen, I have a hot take that I didn't hate the first Jurassic World as much as most people did. I didn't hate it as much. I didn't say I loved it or anything like that. The second one made me want to leave the theater. Like on the second one, I wanted to
I agree.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I'm right there
But
with
we're
you.
here to talk about the 1993 GOAT. I love this film.
So that's the year I was born. So
So many different reasons.
What?
hey, thanks for making me feel old, AJ. Thanks,
Was it
man.
93 or 94?
That makes me.
I was
thought it
born
was
93.
94. Oh, yeah, it's 93.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's how I
God.
went, Drew.
93,
I was 6 when it
94.
came out.
I'm sorry.
My oldest daughter is
Wow.
94.
I was 9.
I'm blessed to be here with you, OG nerds, man.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's supposed to be a compliment, I guess, right?
Yeah. Wow. I was talking to Pops, man.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
He's like a year off my oldest daughter. I'm like, oh my God, I could have had little AJ, man. That's
Hey,
you look just like me, buddy. You look just like me. Everyone will get confused with them all. So.
nerd daddy right there. Pops
All
comes
right,
with
Let me
okay,
say hello to the chat real quick. We've got Mrs. Cannoli up top. Hello. Got Jana in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Angry Canadian. Hello. Welcome. R2. What's up, man?
R2.
I think that's it right now. Well, welcome everybody. Let's get this party started.
yes, sir. Throw us in,
there.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Get off there. There we go. Alrighty, let me share the screen.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
things
Let us
live
start. Let's
going.
start scrubbing. Scrub. Scrub.
Is that a knock
Scrub.
on me, Steven? Is that a-
Scrub. That was fantastic. Nobody got the Ben-Hur joke. I was surprised that nobody got the Ben-Hur joke. I was trying to
I
keep
don't
it
think
period piece.
I know. I'm sorry, Steve. I saw it after. I apologize.
So we start off in the jungle.
Steven Spielberg's backyard.
Yeah. Uh-oh, wrong button. Sorry.
Well, it's ruined now. Bye, guys.
What's that?
That's it.
See you tomorrow.
That's it. It's over.
I really the character that's about to be introduced, this kind of hunter character that they bring in.
He's my
I
favorite
love
character.
that he's so undefined. I mean, you get everything that this guy is about, right? He's totally serious, right? He knows what he's talking about. This guy's dangerous in the field. And yet there's not really a backstory. We don't find out how they met or when he came to the island or how long he's been there. None of that stuff at all. It's just, there he is. You
No,
know
it just makes
everything
sense that
about
they
this
have
guy.
a hunter guy.
Yeah.
Shooter! Shooter!
Straight out of Lost World, straight out of all those adventure novels from the 1880s and 90s. I mean, he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect.
Oh, we could do a backstory for him, AJ. Now that would be fun.
That'd be cool.
Oh, let's do it.
Now that would be a fun. Before Jurassic Park, they sent this guy to lead a group out to bring in one of the first raptors or something. Now that would be fun. That's how you write a prequel. You do something where
Yeah.
Or Pops, we could take that same idea and spin it into our own original concept, and we get all the money for it.
That's
Instead
technically
of-
what I meant.
instead
That's
of
technically what I
dinosaurs, it's
meant.
Werewolves.
Ooh, giant
An
werewolf. I like
island
it.
theme park full of universal monsters that are real universal monsters. So that's the
Okay.
like all that public domain stuff, and it's run by a guy called Dorian Gray. See what I did there?
I like
Okay.
that.
Cute.
We can have them
Yeah,
like
actually, the actor that plays him died of cancer 7 years later.
Who? Bob
Oh,
Peck?
99.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
the actor.
His
Wow.
name's Bob. I think his name is Bob Peck. Is the actor?
Yeah.
Wow.
So cool.
53.
See, this is all a throwback to like what Pops was saying. This is like, you know, a universal monster setting. Like it's just so basic, but at the same time,
It's effective.
it's a very effective set.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very
No,
blocky, very
only-
flat.
Only a real man can wear shorts that short too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
him and Tom Selleck.
He's rocking the white guy butt. Don't be dogging him, Jacob. Look at that.
and
man.
me and me.
He's got a little bit. He's got a little bit of junk in the trunk. As a white dude, man. You rock the shorts, man. Listen, because when you're my age and it's all gone, you just. Well, that was the day back then, because I ain't got it now. So yeah,
Those are my walk
This
around
seems-
the house shorts.
there you go, bro. You do it. You rock it while you can.
Do it.
I'm thick in mine. So
This seems a little low tech. Them pushing the crate into position.
It wasn't.
Get a hand
We
taken
didn't
off
think
or-
of that in 1993. We
Yeah,
were like, this is
1993,
pretty freaking
yeah.
cool. I
Yeah.
thought this was pretty cool.
You just
Their
wanted to see
budget-
dinosaurs.
Their budget went to gene splicing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
do have
probably
to
on
say-
rollers.
I got taken to see this movie when I was 6. I didn't
Yeah,
watch it. I was scared the whole time.
I was
Oh,
9.
really?
I was 9, and it was summer, and we were visiting family back east, and we all got together and went into the
Went to
movie
see
theater
this.
and watched it.
That's
yeah.
a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it totally was.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jake, I was the same age when I saw Alien for the first time as you when you saw
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
And that's
You
a
saw
yeah,
Alien in
explains
theaters
more
when
than
it
a
first
lot.
came out.
I saw Alien in theaters. I was in 5th grade.
Wow, that had to have been an experience.
Not
Not knowing at all anything that's happened.
Yeah, considering
Yeah.
that it was black and white Universal monsters before that. I mean,
Right.
geez, wow, man, that was
And what was right before that? You were watching Star Wars, so you thought maybe you were getting a Star Wars experience.
yeah. I was not prepared for that.
No,
yeah.
No.
all that male rape. No one is prepared for it.
So I didn't get the theater experience with this. Like I told you, this came out the year I was born, but I do remember the VHS tapes. So that is something that I can say these young folks don't know nothing about.
No. Yeah.
I wore that VHS out.
Oh,
yeah.
Wasn't it exciting to like slide the cassette out of the box and like
Ooh,
the
yes.
clunk
yeah.
of putting the cassette in the machine was so
Yep.
so
Remember when you-
satisfying.
Remember when you thought you were cool and you like ejected it out like it was a gun magazine? You're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I watched it up to this point in the theater, and I stuck my head between my arm, under my mom's arm. That was it.
Mama Ironside.
Mama
Yeah.
outside.
See, Jacob, I can't mock you, and I actually didn't wear this on purpose, but I saw Jaws when I was like 5. So my aunt wasn't supposed to take me, but she had the date, and I got to go along. My mom didn't know why I was screaming bloody murder and wouldn't get in the bathtub. So I've heard about this fight for years of my life after the fact.
Those tank tub sharks always getting you.
When
Yeah,
you're
it's funny
5,
that
Oh yeah.
this is a Spielberg opening. I mean, he does almost identical film work at the beginning of Jaws. It's almost the same kind
Sure.
of beats where
Yeah.
we're introduced to something that's beneath the surface inside of a container, right? Somebody gets killed. It's pretty tragic. It's pretty horrible, but there's a lot of noise and a lot of action going on. And yeah, it's
menacing.
a
The
good
lighting
build-up,
is
yeah.
off. You're just
Right.
giving a little dose and a little taste of what could be out there, but you don't really know what's going on.
Mhm.
This
Right.
is the last. This is the last of the Spielberg's that you get from Jaws till now. This is the last of it, because after this movie, he releases Schindler's List, and he's never the same filmmaker again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Going after
And he
them
even tries to
Oscars.
go back to it with Lost World. He tries to recapture how he used to.
It's all gone. The magic's
make
gone.
film, and
Yeah,
it's just a completely different.
Went way downhill after that.
Yeah, he went more the dramatic route. So anything that was drama based, he was excellent at. Private Ryan.
Or Ryan, yeah.
But then he tried to come back to this kind of stuff, and it was
I think the more popcorny flicks that he came back to in like the early 2000s that he did really well was Minority Report, but that was a dark toned film noir.
Good movie.
Yeah. And then another popcorn one was War of the Worlds, but that was just an allegory for 9/11, and that was kind of dark and depressing as well.
Yeah. Minority Report had a few tone shifts that I wasn't really happy about, like the eyeball rolling down the corridor. And
I was
like, come on, what the hell is this? For crying out loud!
Those are
You're doing so well, Stephen.
Yeah, it was a very Keystone Cops kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, really, man. Tom must have cringed. I'm sorry, Tom must have cringed when he wrote that scene.
I'll throw a hot take. I didn't dislike Ready Player One. It's a guilty pleasure for me. I enjoy watching it.
Oh man, you were the first.
Well, that book. Well, the thing is the book is way too complicated to adapt, and he gave me something. He gave me a dose of nerddom and immersion and whatever. And I have a ton of issues with it, particularly Iron Giant, but I have a fun time. It's just like a goofy, fun experience. I'm not going to try to compare it to these films, but I had fun with it at least.
Yeah,
I just didn't like that. I didn't like the book or the movie, to be honest with you. Or cool. BFG. You know what he did that was really fun?
I didn't like BFG. Did not like BFG.
No, BFG was so boring. But what he did that was really fun, that was still along the lines of Indiana Jones, and I always said that it should have been Indiana Jones 4 instead of Crystal Skull, was Tintin. Tintin was excellently done.
Tintin was all right.
It was pretty good. I kind of like that one.
It was nice.
Peter Jackson had his hands in some of that, though, right?
Yeah. Peter Jackson was pretty heavy in that.
I think
he was anyway.
Yeah, he was going to do the follow up, but they were working together to get some of the animation and action sequences pace and stuff like that, and stuff. But yeah,
I like this scene here. It does a close up of his eye, and then it cuts to the
shoot.
Just a little intimidating.
Yeah, and
this is get back on Jurassic Park.
It is.
Yeah, and this is a foreshadowing of the Raptors' encounter with him in the jungle later on.
Yeah, it's also the first thematic beat of man has something to fear from these things, because they were as dangerous as we are. That's how dangerous they were. Yeah. Right. That's the first beat, and Jeff kind of keeps ramping it up through the course of the movie.
I like how this mine is named the Hand of God. It's like, hello, can we be any more on the nose?
Right.
Yeah, right.
And here rolls in the
lawyer, the blood.
So I have
character, the lawyer.
Yeah, I haven't read the book.
Good book.
So it's like I want to.
You haven't read the book?
Review. I haven't, and I want to review the movies, but a lot of people say the book's better. The lawyer is actually a better character. Yeah. So I'm interested. I got it digital.
Yeah, in the movie, the lawyer's two characters put together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do that a lot.
The book was good. I read the book.
I'm going to warn you right now.
Yeah, you got to read that book.
Yeah, it's all Copa.
I'm going to warn you, AJ. It's a Michael Crichton, and Michael Crichton is technical. Like he is scientifically technical.
He was a doctor. He's a medical doctor. So he really gets in the weeds on genetics and some of the scientific terms, stuff like that, which I find fascinating as someone who works in the medical field, but I'm not sure that's for everyone. Yeah. But I can also say it's also another reason why a lot of his books don't always translate well, because it's just there's so much technicality that it just gets lost. But
I always thought that his book that I'm sorry.
Jurassic Park book I read. I mean, major book. When I was young, I had a hard time reading, and I finally just got fed up with it. and said, I'm just going to read this book. It's the first book I picked up, and I read it. So
yeah, I read this book in a day, and then I went to see the movie. Not, obviously, right, just after.
Yeah,
pretty wild experience. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, the death scenes in the book are a little darker than the movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, quite a bit.
yeah.
But it's an admirable adaptation of the book. The first one is, like I said backstage, there's a first and second book. If you read the first and second book, you'd be like, oh, Jurassic Park is stealing from the first book and the second book. So now what do we do? How do we write a sequel to this mess now that we've broken the plot line, eliminated whole areas of the story and where it goes with the whole genetically marked creatures where they're born with like a trademark on their body? Like all of that stuff is just missing from this story. So how do you even introduce that whole plot line in the next one?
Yeah.
So the movies have taken on their like own identity.
Yeah, the movie definitely takes on its own identity, like Shining and the book Shining.
Okay.
Two different identities.
Doesn't Lost World steal from Jurassic Park? Like the opening to Lost World?
Yes.
The movie
Yes, exactly.
is the opening to Jurassic Park, the book.
Yeah, there's a lot of flip-flopping. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I like to show how clumsy the lawyer is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want it to be noted on the record so you guys can have affirmation. My kids can attest to this. They grew up watching this when they were way too young because they only wanted to watch the dinosaur parts. So just like this in Godzilla, they cheer for the dinosaurs in Godzilla and not the humans. And my son would laugh out loud when the lawyer got eaten. Just so
I think most people were happy when the lawyer got eaten.
Yeah.
I think it's so brilliant that they had him get eaten on a toilet.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, probably because he couldn't say "oh shit."
Right.
Yeah, so we're getting this lawyer saying that there's problems with the park and need to get some people in there to check it out. I like this part.
Yeah. This introduction is so good. It tells you so much, but doesn't really earmark exactly what's going on here.
Doesn't give it all away right away. Yeah.
But it's all there. All the evidence you need. It's right there. This is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Jones. This always makes me feel like
Every time, dude. Every time.
Yeah. Almost after you, senor.
Yeah. The Cofitlos were here.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what y'all are talking about with like Steven Spielberg's like style. Again, these was just movies on back when I was really watching them, but I do like how the introduction to like these elements, like they dropped the raptor and then the amber and now Dr. Grant, like, it's like there's things happening, but they're not really jumping into it and like keeping you there. It's like giving you this little shot. Okay, you just, took a little chunk. All right, here's the next chunk. Here's the next chunk. Now enjoy the movie after we done laid this foundation of like what's happening.
Right.
That's exactly what Spielberg does is he kind of chunks out little plot points here and there to keep the narrative going while also entertaining you.
Yeah.
A good example would be Close Encounters. I don't know if you've seen that, AJ.
Yeah.
But with Close Encounters.
Oh my goodness. Excellent example of Spielberg's voice.
Like I know the title. I know the title, so I feel like I might have, but again, like I can't even tell you when the first time I watched Jurassic Park. So these movies were just like a part of my childhood.
Right.
So
So Close Encounters, he does that. The very first 15 minutes is kind of like all these random events are happening, but somehow they're getting threaded together. And eventually,
Meanwhile, I know for a fact that all the geeks that were into UFOs were like, you could hear the crackle in the audience. Like, I know what's going on. I know what Casey's talking about. I recognize those planes. It was like really exhilarating because he wasn't laying it all out. He was just kind of cracking open the book and flipping through a couple of pages, and that was it. It's nice. Classic Spielberg pacing. He did the same thing in E.T. with the key guy, the keychain guy, wandering through the woods, and all the same kind of beats of slight reveal, and story. Here we go. Now we're gonna start the story.
You know what's
Yeah.
a perfect
love
analogy
how-
to
Go
that,
ahead.
AJ, is I'm sorry. Just a real quick point is like modern zombie films, they always open up with like, oh, something's weird is happening, and then all of a sudden people are starting to talk about viruses, then all of a sudden people are getting sick, and then all of a sudden, there's the undead are running around town eating people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have those like story beats within 5 minutes, like usually during the credits.
Mhm.
Steven Spielberg kind of likes to draw that out for about 15-20 minutes, where you get these like seemingly random events, but they start getting threaded together as time goes on.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, it
And
keeps you interested.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cannoli. Go.
I love
No,
how
I'm
there's-
sorry, Pop. Go ahead.
No, Cannoli, you were fine. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying how you're right though, but it's just great storytelling. It keeps you interested. It's building up enough character development to kind of you start to get to know these fine points about these people. But it's like you said, you just pick a little bit of the carrot stick out there and pulling it back a little bit, throwing it out again, pulling it back. But you're right. It's just it's enthralling, and you have to see what happens next. It's just really smart, and it's keeping your eyes on the screen and in the moment. And then obviously the payoff is amazing. So
Yeah.
I love how these have this state of the art equipment.
oh, with the
The-
Dude, yeah, this was the beginning of underground viewing. I mean, I remember when this all really started happening, and it was like LiDAR. It's like, they finally put a title to the function of what they were actually doing, and they called it LiDAR. But back then, it was just, it was echo. It's like they were, it was sonar, but for dirt. It was weird. It was such a weird thing. And to see it displayed
so
here,
cool.
it was so
It was
cool.
awesome.
It's still so cool.
So, okay, I know this is weird. I know, again, you guys are young. You don't have to slow the movie down. But so the first time I was in a lab, and it was a geneticist that wrote one of my letters of recommendation. He invited me to come back, and I got to look through the giant electron microscope. And I say giant, meaning this giant machine. So I actually looked inside of mitochondria. Like I could actually see inside of something for the first time. That was just like, it's the same timeline as this kind of tech, where it was becoming financially manageable on this type of scale. Because up until then, the only people that would have something like this would be the government or the military or something like that. So I did want to continue what Copa said earlier too, though, because with Jacob, what you're saying with this scene is you're seeing what Spielberg does well, and AJ, this is what you were alluding to, is he's doing little brief introductions, but he's making things interesting. So he's taking an interesting element of the guy that handles animal control. He's doing something interesting with the guy that is he's gathering the amber. He's doing something interesting with Grant and Ellie, but not too much, just enough that we learn different elements. This is what's been lost in Hollywood. They just keep jumping around and cracking jokes and doing different things, but we're not focusing on the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is when Spielberg was getting it right.
Yeah, we still don't know who to look at. We still don't know who the main characters are yet.
Yeah.
We're not really sure where this is all going, but it's like adventure bit, old school mining bit, science bit, and like we're gonna get introduced to the whole story any second now. You're gonna feel it mounting in the story.
Yep.
Well, also
I
with
love
modern
this.
filmmaking, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Well, I was just going to piggyback off of what Pops was saying, which is with modern filmmaking today and modern writing, they'll give away the whole farm right in the first act.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to expect, or you have nothing to surprise you or keep you going in the
They'll
second or
put
third act.
words. They'll put words right on the screen to tell you exactly what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of exposition, and we was kind of talking about the Ant-Man movie, but what I'm noticing from current day, or especially from Marvel, they give so much exposition, they're not even keeping up with everything that they've written out. So then they just kind of step on their own toes and give you something that, well, hold on, that contradicts what you just said earlier, because there's so much doing all this talking opposed to this, where like we got the raptor scene, and then it comes back to Grant talking about how the raptor kills to the little boy. So now we filling in that gap, like, oh, that's probably what happened to those people that raptor just attacked earlier.
It's like the writers forgot what dramatic irony is, or cinematic irony is, because it seems like the writers know what's going to happen, so they don't pull back at all. They need to pull back, and it's just like with Ant-Man. you know, not to talk too much or derail it, but compared to something like this, Ant-Man is just sitting there, and you could tell the writers know where it's going to go, and they don't know when to pull back at all.
Give it some room to breathe. Yeah.
They give it some room to breathe. And whenever they found themselves written in a corner, they conveniently had somebody there to be like, "Oh yeah, well, since I was here, you know, these things happened in the past, and I forgot to tell you." And then everybody goes, "Oh, okay." And then
there's a serious moment, and they crack a joke, like
right.
Oh yeah,
totally kills it.
Yep.
I love this advanced screen cover here.
Hey, that's what we had. That's what we had.
Us old folk.
A real one would cost money. We didn't have money.
Bro, I never noticed that.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have money in the field like this. If you got out there in the field and you couldn't see, you'd be like, just give me something that we can duct tape to this little.
Yeah,
look at that. That's a little Panasonic. What do you expect? It's a little TV. Yeah. It's got some AV jacks in the back of it to connect it. That's what you would have.
That's not even a clean cut.
That from their house, man. That's like just somebody's TV set. It's not even anything special. It's there's like buttons and controls on the bottom. It's like barely
to show how new this technology was. He touches it and it just goes to blur.
That sounds about right too.
I remember you push the buttons enough, then they start to fall out, fall on the inside.
Oh, if AJ, you were old enough, we'd have a dial on the TVs, and the dials would come off. You could pull them off.
Yep.
My grandpa had them off, so we'd make it harder for us to change the channels.
Okay. No, we had that at my grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a testament to other departments in the film having a say in what's going on with the story. So if you saw that cover, the cardboard cover, that's just the prop master just cutting a piece of cardboard out because they're like, well, this is probably what they would have done in the field.
Yeah.
Well, they probably had a consultant. And the consultant would be like me going, no, in the field, you would not have money. You wouldn't have money for a plastic visor. Well. You wouldn't have a nice TV. You just wouldn't have these things. This is what you would have. Or they would loan them. Yeah. I remember I worked at a prop shop when I was in college at one point, and it was just like, yeah, this is what they had. And they would have different things. Just here's a list of what we need. And
there's also an interesting added snub here. This was around the time that the director's tent was coming into existence. It used to be that the director and the cinematographer were right there on set, looking down the barrel of the camera at the action that was being filmed, as opposed to being off in a trailer with several hundred monitors and double crews and HD double checks with, all kinds of crazy different monitors so they could check to see that the image was properly in composition. It's like, this was just the beginning of that. So this is actually kind of lampooning that whole thing. Those tents back then, the CRT it was a Betamax camera underneath the film camera because it was all pre-digital, right?
Yeah.
This is what a cinematographer's tent or a director's tent would be like. It would just be a cardboard cutout because light, it was all makeshift. It was all just giving birth to itself. That whole.
He's saying how raptors are like birds here, and then the kid says, "It's like a 6-foot turkey."
Yeah,
I love this kid,
and I love the look on his face here. He's like, "You little."
Yeah.
He made it known he hates kids. Why is he here?
Mm-hmm. Why is?
But this tells us that he hates kids without all of the lines of people going, "I hate kids." It's like, can't stand what that's constantly being said in movies nowadays. Like, how about you just show someone who doesn't obviously like kids? Like, you don't have to be why'd you have to tell me? Just show me.
Yeah, you don't have to overdo it. Yeah,
it's all part of the arc.
Yep. Big time.
Yeah, he's saying here that the T-Rex, he's saying to the kid, you think the T-Rex, it can't see if you don't move. He actually figures that out when he makes contact with the T-Rex for the first time in the book.
So you're saying here
he doesn't even
knows
know that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there would be no way you would scientifically be able to discern that a T-Rex would not have motion. I mean, even though there could be different cells in your eye, wouldn't necessarily mean that. So that was actually a funny part of the movie.
It's like, until those other two raptors get you.
Yeah, you said, "Well, you focused on this one. You got these other two that's looking at you. You don't even know it's there." Yeah, I think that's where a lot of my love for this movie comes from, the love of the animal. So I didn't care about humans dying. I was like, okay, well, you out there with some predators, so that's your own fault.
That's what my wife says, AJ. You guys are cut from the same cloth. She's like, listen, I don't know what these people what they were expecting. Y'all are working at a freaking dinosaur park. I mean, you basically were like, might as well just dip yourself in mayonnaise every day while you go to work.
And the look on his face.
Yeah, doesn't Kramer do that? Doesn't Kramer baste himself at one point?
Yeah,
I know he becomes a turkey at one point.
Butter.
Yes,
Yeah,
it butters butter. He definitely does butter.
Mm-hmm.
They got a chunky kid for this.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to cut them guts out.
Yeah.
A lot to feed on there.
So he's like, have a little more respect, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think a normal kid would have been like, whatever.
Yeah.
Not a punk kid.
Random.
What are those sick?
Hey, listen, man. I'm not going to dog on my chickens. Man, my chickens are like little raptors, bro. They're not.
Yeah,
My wife found these. My wife had this guy. He sold us these cabbages, and he had these small ones he couldn't sell, so we threw them in there. Now my turkeys are using their feet to like pull at them and try to rip off pieces. I threw this in with the chickens, and it was just like a swarm of chickens, like. And within just a few minutes, that cabbage was gone, man. It was the craziest. I wish we'd filmed it. Yeah. I'm ready to like try to get them to do it because you can't always get them to act that way, but when they do,
have you had a mouse fall in or go in the chicken pen?
They grab it and run with it. If they get a mouse. They get like a big worm, a big juicy grub, as they would say in Lion King or whatever. They just go running with it because they know the other ones are going to try to take it.
Yeah, I just saw a video earlier of a rooster killing a rat. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're not to be messed with. These animals. Roosters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe birds are descendants of dinosaurs?
Descendant is the tricky word.
It's tough.
Descendant is the tricky word.
Yeah, I prefer to flat out refer to it as they are dinosaurs. Like that's what they are currently. They're currently birds. We call them birds, but you roll the clock back far enough and you alter the gravity on Earth, and they're dinosaurs. Period. That's just in my head.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the whole actual dragons idea that they were their own thing. And then maybe birds did come from it, but then you got stuff like an ankylosaurus or the brachiosaurus. It's like a bird. I don't know what a modern version of those are. So I'm just asking,
do they know what species a dinosaur is? Yeah. I mean, is it a lizard or?
Well, everything branches out from the Archaeopteryx, right? We have a different fork at the Archaeopteryx where the birds and the lizards come together. So I don't know how you want to parse that out and not derail the stream even further. But, we're now having science talk. I'm putting on my day job hat way too much in this show. I don't know what's happened.
Dragons are really cool.
Baby smell.
Yeah. We'll just zap. I'm not going to go into dragons. No.
Okay. All right.
that's
dragons were real.
Another stream.
They existed.
We'll do a stream on.
Well, how were they not real when every culture has?
Every culture has some sort of drawing, right, Copa? I mean, it's just pretty much everywhere.
Because they found dinosaur bones.
And I don't know.
They never drew them as birds, though. Just saying. I'm with Abomination. I don't like the whole bird thing.
Yeah, I don't, man.
Yeah.
But all right.
I don't feel threatened by something with feathers.
I'm not gonna say that. Ostrich, emus, cassowaries.
Nah.
We got to get to him because this is like a boss entrance if I ever saw one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This guy's swinging, man. He comes in the room with a helicopter. He's not even in the helicopters. He's inside popping champagne like a ball. He owns this place, man.
He came in on a dune buggy.
I can do what I want.
Yeah, he is.
He came in through the back door. He wasn't even on the helicopter.
Yep. This man just bought Twitter.
Pretty much.
That should be the. I don't know if that's a meme or not, but him popping the champagne and that look on his face just bought Twitter. That's freaking real right there, baby.
That one or that one?
That one when he pops the cork.
I also like the fact that he's dressed all in white too, so he's God, right? In this whole scenario.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And
Well, he's also
there's more
Dr.
set
Moreau
design.
as well. He's also
but
Moreau.
but look at it this way, Stephen. They're digging in his mind, which is called the hand of God.
Right.
So
Right.
He well, let's just say this: he's not the God. He is a God. He's a guy playing God.
Yeah.
Right.
Capital
Yeah, there you
G,
go. That
son.
works.
Lowercase G. Yeah.
So there's more set design inside this trailer than there is in all of season 1 of Halo. Just wanted to be set up.
I
loud.
know.
Right.
I know. Yeah, they're not pointing at the articles on the refrigerator. They're not telling us what all of these props mean to each one of these people personally. It's like, good grief already. I really love the idea that Hammond rolls in there, or Ham rolls in there, and he's literally putting their work into the dust.
Right.
Like quite literally and viscerally. That's exactly what he's doing. His technology is going to make their work meaningless, basically.
That's a good observation.
Their
Right
work
there. That's a great observation right
And
there.
I love this too. He's like, well, I'd like you to come out to this island, And they're like, well, we just, uncovered some new dinosaurs and stuff. Well, I'll pay you for a further 3 years. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, they're really
for
happy
sure.
about that.
Of course.
Yeah.
My lawyer tells me we need write-offs, so.
But yeah, for sure. Like, watch Steady Bones where you can go look at the actual thing move.
Yeah.
And not only
I hate
discover
to break it
new
to everybody,
things.
we don't know what dinosaur skin actually really definitely looked like across the entire spectrum of dinosaurs. There's been some very interesting mud imprintations, but as far as their actual skin is concerned, they may have all had feathers. Like every last one of them may have actually had feathers.
I don't know. I saw it in this movie, and I think it's fact.
Hello,
I was
Newman.
saying,
Yeah, it's Newman.
Newman.
This is
I
a
love
great
Newman.
pairing up, these two. This whole bit on this is fantastic.
We get to this part just so we can have the meme.
Yeah.
See, no one cares.
Yeah, it's true.
We got Dotson
We
here.
got Dotson. Bro got the shades on and a hat.
Even at 9 years old, when this movie came out for me, I got this joke where he was like, "We got Dotson here." Like nobody cares, dude. No.
You know what's even better is that when they do this Jurassic World Dominion, and they have no plan, of course. So some writer thinks they're smart by making the villain this guy. I think that's just still the best thing. I would have loved to be in the room, so I could have just laughed out loud when that was presented as the option in the plan.
The guy
Or circled it in red in the script of like question mark. You're really making the Dodson joke, the villain in my movie. That's really what you want me to write my check for? I'd be like, get the hell out of my office. You're fired. Gosh, people stink. I love Dodson.
I like how geeky he gets when he sees like the refrigerator container that it's hidden inside of a can of shaving cream. He gets so geeky about it. He's so excited. So funny.
Seeing those
look
dollar
at him right
signs.
here. He's got that bag of money there.
Yeah,
But he
he's
was
a
like
nerd.
digging the James Bond element of it. It's like
totally
M is
a
giving
nerd,
my
right?
special equipment.
Yep.
That's a Seinfeld callback, guys. He's holding the post office bag that he was running with in the post office. Come on, guys. Got to go all the references. Because we were watching that. I was like, look at this thing. This thing is so cool. I wanted one so bad.
Yeah, totally.
Nobody's made this prop, huh? Has anybody made this prop?
I've seen the prop. I don't know if if they've been mass produced, but I've seen people who've had them.
My buddies in high school used to make out of Coke cans hidden compartments for their weed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was about to say I've
Ajax
seen this
container.
in some smoke shops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then he puts the shaving cream
pie.
somebody's
On a
pie.
pie.
And you know
Good
some-
piece
you
of
know
pie.
some-
He's a villain. See, that's how you know he's a
Right,
villain. He's
because
ruining
someone's
a
going
good
to
piece of pie.
actually eat that. Someone's going to
Yep.
eat it.
Yep.
What a
He's
He doesn't
ruining
care
the
about
pie.
anybody. Every 5-year-old in the audience was like, he's evil.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the worst thing you can do to pie.
It's like the waiter brings you just got what? $500,000 or something. I
What
don't
does he
know
say? Don't go cheap on me. Here.
how much he got.
Yeah.
But he's like,
No,
don't go
he
cheap
gets
on me.
totally serious.
Yeah, he's like, this is all you.
I wish he had eaten the pie.
Like he's
Yeah.
a big shot. You know, he thinks he's a big shot.
Mm-hmm.
They just found some guy that wasn't happy with his work and paying him to take this place down.
Mm-hmm.
But he was I don't know if it was mentioned in the movie. Weren't there like some history between him and Hammond? Like you feel like Hammond kind of did him wrong or didn't pay him something he was supposed to get? Is that in the movie?
Probably
Or is that
been stringing him along the whole time. You definitely get this vibe that company guy is screwing around with the guy he's using, and he's just like, really, you're gonna back out on a $5 check? Seriously? It's like, come on, man. You're gonna take over the world, right? You're planning on taking over the world? That's your mission here? Dinosaurs? Then take over the world, right?
AJ, you meant Wayne Knight's character, right? Not Dodson. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the
No.
tension of just not being a good. Yeah, he was basically. I think they play up the disgruntled employee issue. I'm not sure it goes directly to him, but the way he gives him lip and talks back like that, it was a fair enough setup.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they're not taking him seriously or something. And
Yeah.
And now Jeff begins his career playing himself
this
in
guy.
this movie.
I love it.
This guy.
They got this
Flirting.
man doing the voiceover in the games, so he's just saying it's
His
beautiful.
lines.
I bring
But
scientists
yes.
and you bring a rock star.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
Me? Oh, me?
Well,
Oh, there it is.
there it is.
Yeah. The classic score comes in right when they're pulling. Yep.
No, see, I always like
Yeah.
the weak ass flute that you hear there that they always play in.
So I heard Chris Williamson say that he got to ride like an ATV. They have like an ATV tour you can take there in Hawaii and go this route. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, that'd be so
Oh,
wicked.
that would
cool.
be awesome.
Which island is this? The Big Island? Which island is this?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Okay.
It's one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I love how he just ties the seatbelt. So,
yeah, he's smart. He's clever.
Yeah.
He's innovative
Mhm.
without having to tell you at home. You just noticed it.
Through his actions.
Well, yeah, they don't have a character saying, "Wow, you're so smart and clever,"
You're
or
amazing.
"Wow, you thought of tying that on your own."
right.
Yeah. Why
You're a
didn't you just
hero.
push the buckle together?
I never
And
knew
now we
though
meet
in
the
that moment.
kids. Go ahead.
I never knew in that moment was it at fault of the whoever built the helicopter to have the two little seatbelt little buckle things, like or did he just not pick up the right one
Well-
to actually make it
Well,
click?
Okay,
or whatever?
okay, can I get nerdy here for a moment? This is
No
just
Let
So-
it happen.
What are you talking
This
about?
is-
We're watching.
this-
We're talking about
What
Jurassic Park.
what did I open up the door for?
well, no. This is
Thanks,
just
AJ.
that's just a little motif to the fact that the dinosaurs are both female. So what he's trying to clip together are two female.
Oh yeah, there you
buckles.
go.
Oh,
See?
very
You see-
snobby. That was
This is why I keep him on
snobby.
my show because he's a genius.
So life found a way. All
There you
right.
go.
Life found a
All
way,
right.
just like he did.
Oh,
He's like-
snap.
This isn't a vacation, and if the investors aren't happy, I'm not happy.
Look at Pops.
be-
He's
he'll
looking
be-
at me like he's so young. He's learning.
How cute.
This is no JV squad panel. I'm telling you what, we're raising the bar around here. Proud of this group right here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Pops.
My grandson is 2 years old, and this is the scene I play the most for him.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic.
It's where this is how you introduce little boys into dinosaurs right here. Son, watch this.
Yep. And then for that
Oh.
top. Yeah, for that time period, that's CGI. I mean, it's really today. It's a little dated, but it still kind of holds up. I mean, it's amazing how far they took it.
I have
Even
no
then,
complaints.
it's unbelievable.
I have
Seeing it for
no
the first time as a young kid, like a teenager, a young teenager, you're
Yeah.
just like, wow, on a big screen. You're like, wow.
This
And
is
then I love
great.
how
I-
he just, she's
I
like
was-
not even paying attention. He's
I was
like, "Oh."
prime. I was prime age for this movie to be released.
Oh, yeah.
I was just seeing this. I was like, "What the
Yeah.
hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
Because all the dinosaur movies prior to this were just claymation dinosaurs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or some kind of stop motion dinosaur.
And
So
it looks
to see
fantastic.
this, because the only CGI we had prior to this was James Cameron's Terminator 2. So we never
Which was
seen
also
anything.
excellent.
Yeah, we never seen anything with like texture and movement.
Mhm.
We just
That
seen something that
size.
was kind of in that size,
Mhm.
and them to react to it as well.
Yeah, it didn't take you out of the movie at all. It was fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
And also the physical props and animatronic stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they did just enough blending, just like with
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, with
Exactly.
Jackson's Lord of the Rings. He did just enough blending of practical to make the hobbits totally real. They were
Oh,
real.
yeah.
They were really that small. Look at him. He's that
Yeah.
small. Look, right there it is.
It's like,
So I always
have
go
a
back
we have
to
a T-Rex.
Rob Bottin. He's a special effects artist that worked on The Thing, and he always talked about the practical effects because he said, "Look, I'm using eggs and soup and oatmeal and whatever. So yeah, it's not the blood and the guts or whatever that came out of the guy, but it's a real thing. So your brain and your eyes pick up on the fact that this gushy, real substance and thing actually exists." Compared to now, where everything is fabricated through some computer screen and a bunch of pixels, there really is a neurological
Something
difference in
there,
our
yeah.
response. So, especially with the T-Rex scene, which is where you really get the hybrid of the tech, because you have the practical part with the head and the other CGI part, your brain really does get like immersed into what's real and not real. And they do such a great job when they get to that. But I think the effects on this hold up
Great.
way better than you would expect for things that are 30 years old.
Well,
Really,
I think
really
it's
impressive.
perfect. It's perfect because of what you said. There's a perfect blend of animatronics, practical effects, and CGI to where they're masterfully done in each in their every way, and they're perfectly blended with each other. So you can't honestly, I mean, you can if you're really looking for it, but when you're immersed in the story, it doesn't take you out of it whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Agreed.
Not at all.
And
All right,
just
so-
a little quick fun aside. I showed my nieces the original Muppet movie, and they were completely creeped out by it because they were like, "It's so real. They're really moving. Why are they moving like that? It's so weird." They were
Is
like
that the one,
CGI
the first
born.
one, right? When Kermit rides a bicycle?
Yeah, totally
Oh,
freaked her out. She did not like it at all.
Amazing.
She turned it off.
That is weird. That is wild.
It's pretty good.
And they're saying here, "Oh, we're out of a job." It's like, don't you mean extinct?
Yeah. This is great.
Dinosaur puns. I like it.
They're
Like this
basically
little
tell them that they're
this little theme ride, this little like theme park ride they go through,
Yeah.
kind of, and it's really interesting because this would be fun, right? Who wouldn't love to go through this thing? It explains it in an exciting way, and
This is how you do exhibition.
There you go.
Exposition, by the way. This is
Exposition,
how you get it done.
Yeah, this is
And
the last bit of the
like
exposition.
show.
Right?
They're not saying, "Hey, look, where did you get that walking cane? What is that on top of it?"
Yeah.
It's like, see, remember the
Yeah.
line? Here we are, right here.
Yep. He's doing a little minuet too,
Yeah.
because he's literally reading off of cards, going, "Oh, this is right. That's my line now. I'm supposed to say my line." It's like, and you fall into the trap of he's just doing exposition.
Yep.
Has anyone ever read the script for this or knows any of the commentaries? Did they spell out the fact that he would have the amber head on the cane, or is that just something that they created along the way? Does anybody know the story behind that? 'Cause I think that's a brilliant piece of
I actually don't know.
I don't actually know. I read
because
the
sometimes
books
these
a
things
long
are in
time
script,
ago.
sometimes they're not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that might just be a props department thing or a costume department thing. No, it'd be props.
Well, I'll say it seems like the order of the Jurassic Park experience, because I think this is the first part. You got people here and they got to take the exposition, the information, and then they jump out of the ride like, okay, I'm tired of this. Let's hurry up, get to the action, which is what the movie is doing itself.
Yeah, how funny
Yeah.
is that too?
Yeah. We have enough of the information. Let's see how this is actually happening now in the lab. Yeah.
Right. You could see Jeff's face is slowly shifting from
Mhm.
this is all very amusing to wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
This
He's
is
trying to
actually
crunch the
happening.
numbers in the back of his head. He's getting scared. He's like, "Oh shit." what I think I'm signed up for.
And as someone who works in the field, I can tell you do kind of have both responses to things. If you guys remember when they cloned the sheep, or when they actually cloned Dolly the sheep,
Yeah.
as a scientist, at first you get very excited. Oh my gosh, we were able to get we were able to overcome this, we were able to overcome that, and then you also kind of like, wait a minute, morally, you're over here going, wait a minute, we cloned a sheep. Like, should we be doing that? Because I know what that means. Like, so. It really is a great commentary as well on things. This movie holds up so well.
Mm-hmm.
There's Wong.
Yeah, Wong. He's been in all of them now.
Yeah, he's the rock star, man.
Yeah, he's what the story actually surrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they made him terrible.
Yeah, they ruined
nothing.
They ruined him so much.
Yeah, they did.
What were you saying, Steve?
There's the robot stealing a human's job.
I was about to make the obvious low-hanging fruit joke of that exposition ride. Far too many white guys in science.
There was a lady, though.
But then Wong shows up.
There was one lady. Yeah.
Right, and it's all okay because reality is he's actually the guy that would be doing this, not that white guy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on a
That's
second.
just an actor.
Wait a minute.
And
I've already made my.
This is another God complex for Hammond. He says he wants the dinosaurs to see him so they trust him. You know, like these dinosaurs would eat you as soon as they look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're here because of me.
Yeah, Jeff is done. He's done. He's like that.
Yeah.
No.
Shouldn't be doing
no.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant is still amazed.
Well, yeah, this is his whole life's work, and he's like seeing it for the first time, right? And
But you do see his gears kind of turn. Like, okay, I saw the herbivores earlier, but now you got real pack hunting raptors, like meat eaters here.
Yep, the bad guy.
Isn't that the flaw of the whole franchise? Like, this isn't even like a terrible idea that we could do this, but then you're always like, but then why did we have to make carnivores? Like, why did you not just make meat eaters and figure out? I mean, there really was a way to do this.
They didn't know which DNA was what, though. I mean,
they kept making raptors, though, right?
Oh yeah, this ain't the first batch of raptors.
You're right. If it was just the one, right? Look at this. Oh my God, that's what it is. Make sure we don't make any more of those. No,
right? Exactly, Pops.
Military contract.
You just
How do you think
reduce
they paid
the term
for
of
this
its
place?
life
Military complex.
rapidly.
Military. That's probably how they paid for this island to work with military contracts.
Right. Yeah, that's what the book brings. The book brings a lot of that subject matter to the story, and it's like it makes much more sense. Like, this is totally ridiculous on the face of it. You know, it's farcical on the face of it in the film. But in the movie, it's like there's all this financing and all these promises that were made, and like, you better, come through with these raptors, otherwise we're going to kill all your brontosauruses and so on. Pets and miniaturization were part of the whole equation too. It's
Hammond had a pet elephant that was like a dog, small dog size,
engineered, little tiny elephant,
Oh, that's cool.
And he's
because I always joked that I wanted a mini giraffe and take it on a tour with pictures and stuff like that. And I always sold it to my kids like it was 100% plausible. So it wasn't until they were like, one of them was an adult recently, and my wife found, you do know that Dad's been joking about that giraffe. Yeah, I had them totally sold. There was like mini giraffes. People at home now are going, there's really not many giraffes. Pops is lying to me.
What are they doing? Oh, they're feeding.
Yeah, poor.
Oh man, you just want to see it, because at no time are we actually seeing the raptors hunt, but they're dropping these hints of what they're capable of. You're like, I need to see it.
It's so much worse if we don't show you, though. That's why you don't show them. It's Hitchcock. You don't show them. You make it worse in their mind.
But and also you're preloading the reality of what's about to happen in the film too. It's like you want the audience to start thinking about the next hour and a half. You want them to do that. You're not supposed to show them.
If you show it now, it doesn't build to the part where you do show it. So at this point, you build up to like, oh my God, it seems dangerous. You cut away to the characters looking away, wincing, holding in their lunch. And then an hour or so later, when the shark attacks and bites the entire boat in half and actually shows you the shark and how big it is, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's what was in the water for an hour and a half. And I didn't see it.
Yeah. And we're all glad that the shark didn't work properly, or we wouldn't have gotten that movie.
Right. That was
totally
that was
movie.
all because of the editor saved that picture.
Yep.
She
and
really did.
I love Muldoon here. He says they should all be destroyed. He's not wrong.
Yeah. Cashing that check though, I'll bet.
And then he goes into it's lunchtime. Who wants to go get some lunch?
Yeah.
Spare no expense.
Seeing that.
Spare no expense.
Yeah, these two guys are so funny. They switch into boy mode immediately. It's like, this was fun. Really, seriously, thanks. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this, but I got a few questions. All right, no, don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. Let me ask a few questions first. They're both in like protected mode, like both very concerned. They just saw a cow get munched to death. I mean, seriously, concerned.
It didn't even save like some of the metal too. It took some of the metal with it as well. Right?
All of just destroyed that thing. Yeah.
And he's saying they're like they can get up to cheetah speed.
That's always good.
Not bad. And you're telling me this used to be a bird too, so it might have flew.
Yeah.
Short distances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would like kind of hobble like a turkey or whatever.
I like how she's looking at her plate of food like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And this guy's like
Haldo maneuver.
saying these exorbitant rates for people to come see it.
He's just seeing dollar signs everywhere.
We'll have a coupon day.
I just don't want to let I don't want to let Copa's little snide remark go here. Turkeys fly, bro. We had one that was trapped in the fence. Wild turkey, trying to chase him back over the fence, and he got scared. Okay. He started flying directly at me with that full wingspan. I'm like, that's a big freaking bird, dude. I'm like,
okay, well, how
the ones we raised don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fiction, man. I ain't messing with the brothers when they're wild like that, man.
You need to watch some more. I grew up watching those old Disney nature shows, and vultures are pretty terrifying.
Mutual
creatures,
of Omaha
by
presents
the way, with their whole head sticking inside of a beast to go get the tasty parts out. I mean, I'm sorry. Birds are brutal, cold-eyed creatures. Sorry,
mm-hmm. They have to be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love the lawyer. He's all in on making some bank.
He wants money.
He's on vacation now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's totally
he's
sold.
happy now.
He's like, oh, forget the guy that got killed by the dinosaur.
Yeah, just he sees dollar signs and future, money, merchandise, and he doesn't care.
I love.
He said
this has some really good quotes right here out of this part.
Yeah,
it's like you made it and you put a sticker on it and now you're selling it.
Patented it. Yeah.
Slamming his fist on the table. But
one of AJ's favorite quotes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I needed this for that
but
video.
The thing of it is what happens if they all said no right here, right now? If they said no, the lawyer and Hammond are just going to go forward anyways. There's too much money invested.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
They're having poster talk in the chat. And just for the record, the franchise got so bad. I got to screen Dominion, and they gave us posters, and I still have them. No one wants them. I have 2 posters in my closet.
He's just sitting somewhere, collecting dust.
They just gave them to us, and I'm keeping the hat because the hat's just like the logo, but it's orange. So I'm like, the logo's fine. Sure. I can wear the hat, but the posters are like. If anyone wants to pay for the postage, I'll just ship you one of these Jurassic World Dominion posters if you want, because I have 2 or 3 of them.
And no one even will pay postage for that.
No,
I know. No, nobody will.
You'll never get
stuck
rid
with
of
these things. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
have my wife turn them into a craft or something.
Condors. Condors are almost extinct. I mean, they're still alive. They're still real.
Condors had their chance.
Yeah, condors.
This is an incredible conversation. This happening in real time. I was in my early 20s when this movie came out. Okay. And this was some really serious stuff being discussed by some very serious people. And here it was, again, Spielberg just dropping it on the table, these serious subjects. And he not backing off talking about them either. I mean, Close Encounters was kind of the same vibe too. And and Raiders of the Lost Ark, as goofy as it is in certain parts, it got to the brass tacks in the end too with that warehouse, because that was on people's mind when the movie was going on. So Spielberg was tackling these things back in the day before he got married, I guess, is the answer.
And you get the different perspectives from everybody, which of course the movie does that on purpose, but you get like the moral, everybody's like moral compass, because Hammond just said basically he can buy these people right now, but they're like, despite all of that, we're still going to tell you, you don't need to go through with this.
Yeah. But if I remember correctly, is this this has to be like 5 or 6 years prior to Dolly the sheep, right?
Yeah, this was they were working on this technology. It was very possible. They were already doing with fruit flies and other insects, and this was some serious stuff.
Yeah, so this was a big conversation.
So when I say homunculus, y'all call me crazy.
I like this too. He says, "I brought you
3
here
years."
to help,
So Dolly
help
was
me against
96.
people." And the only one on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
That should tell you something, dude. Shut it down.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and this idiot's like, "Oh, thank you." Like,
wow, that's
it wasn't a
blood-sucking.
compliment.
Whoa, a vampire, not a werewolf lawyer, but a vampire lawyer.
Exactly.
And then here,
his kids are here.
They invite the
children,
bite-size meat for the dinosaurs.
That's right.
Yeah. Now that we've set up all of the jeopardy, right? We don't even know he has kids.
Yeah,
right?
let's throw some kids.
Well, they were
into the mix.
grandkids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's not been set up at all in the whole beginning of this film. In the front of this film, these kids don't exist yet. So all of the tensions in place, the philosophical dilemma, the existential crisis, the cosmic warning signs are all in place. And now kids are on the island.
We're gonna put new stakes in the game by adding kids. So imagine what could possibly happen with those raptors, guys. You was watching. Now imagine it's going to happen to this child. Remember that cow seconds ago? Look at this cute little girl.
The kids are literally there for the thrills.
They switched the boy and girl characters. The boy was actually older and he was into computers. So they had
we need more girls in STEM.
They had to have more girls in STEM.
This is
1993.
This is why I thought we were already on this path. I thought by 1998 we were like solidly on this road already. We're going there, guys. There's no reason to make an argument about this. And,
right.
So it's weird.
The kids totally that were still in school then are now adults, and their kids are adults now.
Yep. No, when some of y'all say,
she's looking at him like, "You don't like kids." Well,
when some of y'all say y'all don't kids ruin movies. I watched a lot of kids stuff, so I didn't understand. But you know what? I hate, particularly that girl through this entire movie.
You the hacker? What's wrong with her?
Bro, she was so annoying.
She totally like hacked it in like 3D and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was
Come on. Yeah.
I don't know if you being sarcastic or not, Copa, but that girl was.
He's being very sarcastic.
I'm totally digging Jeff's face here, by the way. He's like, I haven't made my point. He's not listening to me. I mean, we've got to stop this somehow. And now there's kids involved. This is
This is gonna get bad.
I need to make he's really falling apart inside. You can see it.
Now kids are involved. Oh well, let's go see the T-Rex.
All of them right now still have that normalcy bias. Everything they've got it covered. They've got safety measures in place. To make sure everything works okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they're probably all looking at it like, well, they've survived this long.
Yeah. What can go wrong here?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Newman. That's what could go wrong.
Newman.
Always Newman.
I mean, that's what you get. That's what you get for hiring a postal worker, for
Postal worker to
do all your
theme
AI,
park.
all
That's
your
what you get for
computers.
hiring a government man to do a private sector's job.
Yeah.
And these vehicles are cool. I
And he's
wanted
wearing his-
the Jeep when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yep. There
And
was
look
some
at
cool
that.
toys.
It's a touch screen. It's a touch screen.
Hysterical.
I like it.
Right?
I like it later on when they find the night vision, and
Yeah.
Oh
and,
god.
and he
yeah.
goes, "Are
Yeah.
they heavy? Then they're expensive. Put them away."
Always thinking about the money.
You could almost hear the two kids talking to Marty McFly going, "You have to use your hands? That's so bogus. It's like a kid's toy." from Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
Hysterical, because it's true.
Nice
Kids
stuff.
probably
It is
look
true.
at this old movie and they're like, wait,
What the hell was this stuff?
what the it looks so cheap. That's not what a headset should look like for VR work.
This is why I think parents are so irresponsible when they just turn these kids loose, whatever, by not allowing them to progress through movies and cinema in a very controlled way.
Mhm.
That's why we're training AJ up properly to make sure he understands. You introduce your children through these movies and things like that, so they end up with this great appreciation of cinema and film and things like that. So that it's not just thrown out there and all this nonsense, and not understand where stuff came from.
Yeah.
I love this
Plus-
part. He's like, what car are you going to ride in?
Yeah, it's good.
Whichever one you are.
She's just laughing at him in the front seat of the Jeep.
This kid obviously doesn't know. Don't meet your heroes. And I love this. He's like, gets in the car. He's talking. Just slams the door on him.
Classic. And this is what a boy would really be like. Somebody this knowledgeable about dinosaurs. He
He's
just would
excited.
not be able to shut
Yeah.
the hell up. Just
Oh yeah, that's totally me right there. Like, where are you going to be? Because I want to just ask you a bunch of questions.
That's you now.
That's true.
That was almost everybody at a Geeks and
Oh,
Gamers
yeah.
meetup.
Oh, God.
And
And now-
what's this? A storm is coming in.
These two guys, as the computer guys on this job, it's just an absolutely brilliant move to make Newman and Nick Fury.
Jules Winfield.
Jules Winfield, yeah.
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 Snakes on a plane, baby. Snakes
This
on a
is where
plane.
Fury loses an eye too, right?
Mm-hmm.
This still blows my mind that these two guys were cast and that we now know them as these other people
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. Because
mean,
this is what a lot of
Pulp-
hackers were actually like. A lot of computer guys, they were like these guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
Pulp Fiction's
so
next
real.
year, right? A year later, Pulp Fiction's coming out, and Sammy Jackson is a household name.
Right. Yeah. Tarantino.
Yeah, this
grabbed him.
is the crackhead from Do the Right Thing and Newman,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
and he also robbed the McDowells in Coming to America.
That's right. Yeah.
The crackhead who robbed the McDowells in Coming to America. Enjoy.
And I forget
Enjoy
when
him
did
as a
Goodfellas
computer-
come out?
future man.
Goodfellas happened before
Yeah,
this
Goodfellas
too,
was
didn't it?
before this too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
that's right. Yeah, he's Stax the driver, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Stacks.
What was?
Yep.
Well, yeah, it
Amazing,
was.
just amazing.
You want a coffee
I
to
love
go?
this. The girl says about the door, are we going to hit that? And look at the lawyer's face. He's like, he's not sure if they're going to hit it or not.
Yeah.
Because he's not sure if it's working properly yet.
Yeah.
I'm digging these stereoscopic cameras at the driver's position
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the cars so that they
Yeah.
can see the driving. It's
Pretty wild.
very
yeah.
well executed. Cameron
nice
must have been
touch.
impressed. James Cameron must have watched this and been like, "Yeah, you're hitting all the right marks, Steven. Good job. Good job."
I wonder.
Could you
I
imagine
wonder-
James Cameron trying to pat Steven on the back and saying, "Good job at this particular moment in time"? Yeah, right.
Oh,
I
I
wonder if
can
these
now.
are
I can
actually
now.
working
I have-
cameras,
Yeah.
and there's somebody controlling the vehicle,
Mhm.
actual in the show in the
It's a
makeup.
ViewMaster. It's a ViewMaster without the knob. Let's just be
Knob,
honest.
yeah. James Cameron's talking to Spielberg. I have an idea about blue people. What do you think about
They
this?
weren't
People.
talking to one another, I assure you.
I know.
Ooh, I could go somewhere with that
Keep
joke.
going.
There's so many ways to go with that joke. Yeah, I just did that. You're gonna try and copy me, James? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna copy me? I did Schindler's List already. Anyway,
Yeah, this is.
And I like this. Y'all know who Richard Kiley is?
Refresh our memories now.
No, it's the guy speaking on the, telling them where they're going and stuff. He says, "Oh, the voice you're hearing is Richard Kiley."
That's right. It's a random part, isn't it? I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. He's just like, the voice you're hearing is Richard Kiley. That's it. The end.
Yeah.
And nobody
Spared
really
no
knows.
expense.
Nobody would really know who Richard Kiley is unless
Right.
you've seen him in other things. He was a Broadway, right? Actor,
Was he?
wasn't he?
so funny.
That's awesome.
He played Don Quixote, I think.
I always thought it was just a made up name in this.
No,
in
it's
this-
a real guy.
Okay. Well, they should have said a name that we would all recognize.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the part of the joke too. I wonder if it was contractual that his name, he had to be recognizable, like a credit on screen in text. It's like, and they couldn't do that, or Spielberg. It's like, why were they mentioning his name? Was it supposed to be the joke, or were they contractually obligated to mention him as a speaking character for him to get his money? I don't know. It's so weird when you get the contract negotiations with actors and presence on screen. It gets all bizarre.
He's in the book too. It has that line in the book.
Okay.
It is.
So they
Wow.
couldn't have that line in the movie without getting the actual person to do the voice. And here's the Dilophosaurus that they don't show at first.
Yeah, I like how they're going through and nothing's happening.
Like,
Yeah.
where is
They're
it?
just thinking, oh, this sucks. Came all this way, nothing. But of course, the most dangerous dinosaur comes up later. And
Yeah.
I love when Jeff starts teasing him over the screen. He's like tapping on the monitor and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I think he would have
Gonna be
said
any
it with a little
dinosaurs on
more
this dinosaur
sharpness.
Yeah.
They got the headlights. There's something wrong with the headlights. And of
They're
course,
bad.
it's what's his name's fault.
Newman. Just gonna call him Newman.
Newman.
Look at his, just like his appearance. It's everything about him is just a mess.
Yeah, his workstation, his everything.
His
Yeah,
soul,
Nedry-
his
Nedry is,
everything is just a mess.
This is a man who wants to quit, but the money is pretty good.
Yeah.
He wants
He's not-
more.
He's not satisfied though. Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're gonna have to fire me.
Hammond says, "Our lives are in your hands, and you have butterfingers."
I never really caught that joke before.
Mm-hmm.
That like very multi-layered joke.
Look at him here. He's just has that sour look on his face. He's got the
He's disgruntled.
Squeezy toy.
Dennis.
It's
and he
Nedry.
goes into this long tirade here, and everybody just ignores him because he's odious.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where he's talking about like the network 8 connection machines and debug 2 million lines of code and blah blah blah. And you let us see them try. I'm sorry about your financial problems. Yes.
And this guy's like, they're approaching the T-Rex.
Yeah. It's like, hello, people in the field.
Yeah. And his face just goes stone, like to stone. Like, oh shit, here we go. Like, this is what, Yeah.
Here comes the
They
goat.
want to see it.
I
They
wanna
know
see
it's
that goat.
dangerous.
10,000 volts.
How many times have we been to a theme park and like the main attraction's not working? We've
Oh
all been
yeah,
here.
it's happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing.
Very
If you're not in any zoo when they first open,
right.
that's what
Something's gonna happen. Yeah.
because then the animals
this
go to
part,
sleep.
Mhm.
God
Oh, yeah.
destroys dinosaur. God creates man. Man makes dinosaur. And she's like, dinosaur eats man.
Woman inherits the earth.
Women inherit.
She just can't help it. She's got to be Holdo all the time. All Holdo,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Are they trying to say that life's going to find a way if it's just all female? Because
Sure, I guess so.
this is just fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially if 50% of the female population are actually reptiles, then yeah.
Well,
Or men.
we are getting to the point where 50% of the female population is now becoming men, or men are becoming 50% of the female population.
We will find out in James Gunn's little Wonder Woman series who's going to be packing in that one.
Oh, God.
Yes, way back in the day when dinosaurs were goats.
What's going to happen to the
And
goat?
I like this too. If the dinosaur wants to hunt, he doesn't want to be fed.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so weird. This whole thing is so it's really great how they just keep building up this theme of we really don't know what the heck we're doing. We really just don't have a clue. The park doesn't really work. It's great on paper, but execution, people. There we go.
He's like, hello.
I didn't have any dinosaurs in the dinosaur tour.
I don't see anything.
Is this thing on?
Hello. I'm Jeff Goldblum. Hi. Is this the camera? I'm Jeff Goldblum.
I hate that man.
Oh, Sparkles. It's Sparkles.
Yeah.
Pops, are you still good?
I'm good for a couple minutes because I want to at least get to the T-Rex scene. I was hoping we can get to the T-Rex scene.
Okay.
Scrubbing speed.
Hour and a half. We can't get to the T-Rex scene.
Scrub.
Faster.
This
what is
sounds
this?
familiar.
What is this? Triple M?
Yeah, it sounds like a show I know. Oh, God.
He's
Pop says
talking
what
to
he
the dude.
means.
That's why we love him.
Love him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I go
We're
crazy
getting to the big-
with slides. So
Annoying child.
Yeah.
yeah.
mhm. Oh, this is the sick is it Triceratops?
Rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Rhinoceros, yeah.
Or- is it
That's a rhinoceros.
Oh.
That's one
No,
big
that's
pile of shit.
Yeah, that's a big pile.
Sorry to cuss, but I mean, I got to quote that part.
He was talking about Disney.
Man, you cursed like 4 times, bro.
That is one big pile of shit.
So good.
I've been
Any
not
walk-
cursing the entire time, and they just slipping out. I want
I
one.
don't know what you're talking about, AJ.
Okay, let me stop
I
snitching.
haven't cursed once yet. Have I?
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
Except for that.
Okay.
But he walked up to that pile of poo like a Goldblum would.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He just strolled
Slow,
right up to it.
methodical, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's a big pile of poo."
Shirt half open, his
Mhm.
chest hair all exposed.
So it was a few years later. I think it was actually after Lost World opened. They did a tour with some of the actual props and stuff, and my kids got to see that T-Rex prop. So I thought that was
That's
freaking cool. They
Oh,
actually
cool.
they did a tour and went around with some of those things. So they had like the head on one of the Brachiosaurus and stuff like that, and they had like the feet of the Gallimimus prop and things like that. You can kind of get a good feel of the scope. I thought that was really pretty cool for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Sam Jack just
Newman.
rocking it,
Sam
man.
Jackson,
He's so
he's-
suave, man. Sam Jack's the boss.
He really is. And he's smoking like half a pack of cigarettes in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's really putting them away.
Mm-hmm.
Tarantino got so lucky.
Tarantino perfectly casted that.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson and Dan Aykroyd with a cigarette in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan
Ghostbusters.
Aykroyd is
And
Ghostbuster, where it just lit.
Or it just
it's
hangs
just
there.
hanging there off his
Yep.
lip. Yeah, it's freaking
There you go. His,
Perfect
that
use.
cigarette's, it's defying gravity.
yeah.
Was this a better time when y'all could smoke indoors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Inside.
Sure.
Define better.
I won't say that, but I can tell you there was a lot of smoking indoors.
Yeah.
Oh
there
yeah.
was.
Oh god, yeah.
And the car
Both-
stopped.
Both my parents smoked, so that's all I remember was smoking it.
Well, I guess I mean indoors at work or in public and whatnot.
More access. He's
It
saying
was-
you had more
yeah.
access to smoke.
Yeah,
so-
there you go.
Yeah, it was all the time. It was everywhere.
What did this guy think was going to happen when he shut down the electricity?
He wasn't thinking.
I mean,
He doesn't care. He
thinks he's a millionaire. He's going to be a billionaire. He doesn't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, if I'm lucky, everybody on the island will die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because remember he says
I
he
don't
didn't
even
shut
think
off all the fences and stuff. He strategically made himself like an exit path, so he
Mhm.
kind of knew what he was doing. It's just that
but
obviously
he was planning
he
on
got
coming back though too. I think. I mean, that's what it made it out
Was
like.
he? I thought he was just oh well, maybe you're right. I always thought he was just leaving on the
I
boat.
thought he was bailing out and meet me at the
Yeah,
boat.
that
He's
might
not
be
coming
true.
back
Yeah.
from the boat.
Yeah, he getting paid. He good.
Yeah, he's
And of
good.
course, he hits the sign to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
This man not hitting the lotto and going back to work next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Oppenheimer? That was a picture. Of
Yeah, that was
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And look
That
at that.
cigarette's
He's
got nothing left.
He's nothing left.
Dang, dude.
Smoking the.
Samuel L.
filter.
Those lips just making us blush. Sorry. I hate this hack of shit. Damn it. Clean up this workspace. Damn it. So awesome. He's perfect.
Yeah.
It was just a
Kids
just a-
okay? I didn't ask. Why wouldn't they be?
Kids get scared.
What's to be scared about? It's just a little hiccup in the power.
I
that's
didn't
all.
say I was scared.
I didn't say you were scared.
I know.
Is that a deleted scene? I don't remember that part.
No, that's in it.
That's in
Oh
the
yeah, that's
movie.
how they
Wow, I
exchange.
totally don't remember that. Wow.
Mhm.
I don't remember that exchange at all.
He's like, I didn't say I was scared. I didn't say you were scared. It's like, are they heavy?
Yeah. See? They put them away. They're expensive.
And he just goes and puts them on and does.
That's totally.
does
See,
it
that's
anyway.
me as a kid. Like this little boy here is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much-
exploration, man. You're
Yeah.
exploring things. You're playing with toys, of course.
I wanted
Yep.
a pair of these.
so
Is
did
that, the
I.
new place,
Cool.
is that the new PlayStation VR? Is that what that?
That was Nintendo's Virtual Boy.
I was going to say,
That's
yeah,
right.
old school right there.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, is this where the they start to hear the?
Yeah.
See
Ugh.
all that
Iconic.
build up to this point,
Mhm.
and then
Iconic.
it culminates into this amazing sequence.
It's
Yeah,
just
hear-
a
Hearing
brilliant
that in your
introduction.
headphones.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, so cool.
Yeah, it's just like in Jaws. You see the water move in the ocean, but you don't see the actual the shark yet. You just hear the footsteps, and you're like, "Uh oh."
Yeah,
Yeah. Tip
You
of
can
the
also
iceberg,
see it-
literally with the shark.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can see
it quite
the-
literally
the-
is just the tip of the iceberg.
yeah.
Yep.
You can see the mirror rattle too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. It's just
Unbelievable.
Talk about
entrance, man.
selling the weight
Yeah, oh,
of your
God, yeah.
main villain. I just
Yeah.
wow.
And I will say
Oh,
that even with his
yeah.
newer films, like Fableman's has some shots where he likes to use reflections and things with the cinematography, and they do still coordinate a lot of those shots. It's just the fact that it's everything else that's gone awry with Spielberg filmmaking.
Mhm.
Some of those things still maintain.
Oh, there it is.
There's
What
the
happened
goat
to the
leg.
goat? What happened to the goat?
There it is.
He's
Ah.
dinner.
Oh,
Wait, he
They
didn't
made
finish
that
that leg,
match.
dude?
No, he was full.
he's a
He's like,
messy eater.
I smell human beings. I'm gonna go after them.
That was his toothpick. He just tossed it.
That was the appetizer. This is the entree.
See, he just tossed it over the fence. He's like, flick.
And
Yeah,
this
while
guy's
he's
like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
He's
I'm
just
outta here."
touching the fence and the dinosaur. You can just imagine. You're like, uh oh.
I
How is
love
this
the
gonna
fact
happen?
that 5 frames prior to this is like a blood smear across the lawyer, so
Yeah.
he's getting it.
Yeah, he's
Mm.
gone. I like when you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
I think he actually left a scent trail for the dinosaur to follow.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got out of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Little
ran
prick down the leg.
Mm-hmm. This was just unbelievable.
That moral compass. The one guy who was actually like pushing for this just left the kids.
Yeah.
But the sound design
and
in
the
this
reveal,
alone
and
just
then the
makes
reveal
everything
is
alive.
so good.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
God, that's so good.
It's crazy.
I'm
Like
still getting chills down my spine.
Everything they
just hearing it.
feared that could happen when that discussion around, and here it is,
Yeah,
right in
it's
front of their
happening.
face. It's like, oh, we told you.
The bass sound for the T-Rex is
Just
actually
listening to it thundered. It's thunder into the ground, and then it roar. Jeez,
You're right. You're right,
Yeah.
Copa. It does brings back that chill
the
down your
bass
spine.
sound for the T-Rex is a baby elephant screaming.
Unbelievable.
And this annoying little girl.
AJ's like, why didn't she get eaten? Her and the lawyer at the same time.
There's a big meat-eating animal outside, and she's like, I'm going to turn the flashlight on.
Yeah, what's the plan here, kid? Turn on the flashlight?
Yeah. Can you not see it enough?
Yeah, can you not see it enough? The three-story dragon coming your way. You can't see that?
Yeah. Turn the light off.
Turn the light off. Her face, man. She just
I like that human thought process. Like, I'm just gonna shut the door and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
This giant dinosaur.
The looks. I'm sorry for this girl, but the looks she gives.
I'm gonna defend the girl. I'm gonna defend the girl a little bit, except that I would have made her cry. I think if it would have been more believable, she actually was like crying and more hysterical. Like, it's just the faux frightened faces. But if she was actually crying and hysterical and shaking and being useless and paralyzed, and that would have made more sense.
Hey, but Pops,
I'm sorry.
Remember when we were talking about Nope? How we were talking about Nope and how we was criticizing the movie so much, and I was saying, like, you compared this alien thing to an actual animal, but it doesn't operate like an actual animal. I will give them props for this. They seem like real animals. Besides the T-Rex just putting his little two claws, you can't see the rest of his body on the fence. But that and whereas you had the adult guy in Nope close the door from the giant monster, here you actually have kids do it where it makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. Because they're not thinking rational. They're kids. They're thinking, this will protect me.
Well, the thing of it is, if you think about it that way, you have all this fear and adrenaline dumping into it, and the last thing you want to be is exposed to this thing. So the first thing you're going to do, try to close everything off that you can.
Right.
So it makes sense in that way.
Man,
so if you could go back just
from the book in this is so good.
Can you go back, Jacob, to the other frame where its head is exposed? Because that's the money shot right there, right? Because where they use the practical head and the water's pouring down on it, and you can see the ridges and the bubbles underneath it on its skin and the wrinkles on its neck. That's what they were going for. This is what happened in filmmaking 30 years ago that we completely don't do now.
Right.
Artwork.
And we need to get back to it.
That. The art form, of practical.
And AJ, you were absolutely right. The fact that they did the eye dilation, the way it's the breathing on, like, even the Triceratops right now, breathing was so real. The
what is it? Animatronics got wet for the T-Rex. So people on set were just eating lunch, and the dinosaur would just move unexpectedly.
And like if an animal doesn't know, if it's not a familiar like food source, they check it out. They're curious. So you see all of that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a good point.
It doesn't have a clue what's actually going on here. It just knows I ate a goat. I got these weird smells in my nose.
See these weird, this light.
This too. Moving. The dinosaur goes up, and she points the flashlight up at it, right,
because she can't see it enough.
See
more. Oh, this part, man. God, can you imagine?
I'm sorry, but didn't somebody say that they actually switched the genders of these two children? So this would have been the boy doing all the stupid stuff, right?
Really? I don't remember.
I don't remember in the book the details of the scene.
I don't remember either.
They don't do the flashlight in the book.
Okay.
I know they're attacked, but I don't know exactly the dynamics of how all that played out. I just don't remember.
The T-Rex actually picks up the car and throws it.
Which would be
But
more
look at that.
realistic. Like it would use its head to knock it around, or it might grab it and move it around. But it would,
Be
to
more
go
violent.
through
this-
the glass like that, it probably would not
One of
do
the
that.
one of the stunt people actually got injured when they did this. I think it was the stunt woman got hit in the head or something.
It does look like a man arm right there.
Right? Seriously, yeah, that's not a little
Yeah,
girl.
those are definitely that's definitely a male forearm.
That look
Not a
gross.
sorry,
girl.
but-
No.
How many pounds of pressure are is really would be put on these two
Oh, they'd be
children right
crushed.
now?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Arms
little-
and legs are broken immediately right here.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
The
probably
screaming.
a finger or two at least
Mhm.
dislocated, at least.
Yeah.
The only sense that you would have that's of any chance of it being real is that the animal doesn't really know what it's doing, so it's just kind of responding. It's not actually trying to eat them at that point. It's almost like an investigative push. It's not actually like trying to grab it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep imagining a log or
If you-
something.
So now we've switched to the CGI.
Yeah.
And it's so well blended together that you
Yeah.
don't
Me
even
too.
notice that this is CGI
They-
from
they actually-
1992.
Since they had the animatronic part of it, they had something to scan, so they could scan the lighting off of it and the
Mhm.
wet surface of it. So
Right.
that helped a lot with rendering the CGI
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, there's also a little trick that's being played here on our eyes, and that's that CGI cannot replicate textures the way reality can, and it always looks wet. So they had to wet down this whole scene. It may be the reason why a storm happens on the island, for all I know. I don't remember how it was in the book, but
I think it happens in the book.
this
Yeah, there's a storm.
this is we later on started to discover it's like, oh, they can't do dry creatures. All the creatures have to be wet. Like
yeah.
all of them have to be wet all the time. So
Well,
there
and
was
this is
that.
I
something
have
that
a clip
they're,
for this
they're,
one.
they're trying to cheat with now, because now what they do is they just make things dark, but they go so dark now
Yeah.
you can't see anything.
Mm.
Right.
It becomes like absurd. Yeah.
Another chance, AJ,
No, I
for the
have
girl to get gone. Squashed by the car.
That plot armor, man.
I have a clip for this one.
I'm gonna write our dinosaur short story, and the heroine's the little girl's the only one's gonna live, just to spite AJ.
Just to piss him off.
All right, Copa, we're gonna have to get on that outline, Copa. We're gonna put
Yeah.
that together. That the little irritating girl is the only one. We're gonna give her like a
Mhm.
lisp or something that will annoy AJ, and maybe she carries around a stuffed animal or something, just something that really honk him off.
Right.
Can you
Hopefully-
imagine
hopefully the-
the impact of that sound hitting you? You know?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah, that was great.
This guy.
like the kids.
Yeah, he's like, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, look at that.
like these ain't even my kids.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the
He's
best
like,
part of the movie.
"Oh."
That was AJ. So translation for you in chat. That was AJ going, white people.
Typical.
And I have the clip here.
And my family rejoices every time they see that.
He deserved
those
it.
two
He did. He was.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a lawyer, dude.
deserved
No
it.
one likes a scumbag lawyer.
ZBR
Was he,
says
though?
that Jacob is purposely dragging out the stream because he needs to watch hours. Just so everybody's clear.
Oh, that's
He
No,
wants to
it's-
make the rewatch of Jurassic
you know
Park
what
so
you're playing.
long, it's equal to the amount of hours it would take to watch all 6 movies. That's all. We're just going to
Yeah.
replace it.
You found
No,
out
it's
my true
because Jacob
plan.
has two half of Triple M on here, and this is a normal stream for us, where we're
Oh,
going
yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually about to say, are we inviting Vex up here? I mean, she's in the chat.
Oh,
No,
no, they
you
don't
want
go
to make
f-
this
she can-
6
She'll
hours?
go 5 hours. Yeah,
Oh
5-6
my
hours.
God,
Then.
dude.
Yeah,
for
she can
Jacob,
step in
you
for
know.
me. I'll have to bail out here in a second because I have to get a little bit of a nap in so I can
All
keep
right.
generating all these wonderful videos for you guys.
Yeah,
so
keep
that you
going,
can,
Pops. Keep going.
but yeah, I love this so much. Gosh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
The classic.
I mean, it's
Yeah, the scene's almost over.
the scene is long.
pacing, the
This entire
tone.
sequence is phenomenally long. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
at least a 7 to 10 minute sequence.
It's good. Yeah. a good amount.
It's all that buildup, you know.
There we go.
God, look at
Yeah,
that.
and
Look at that.
That's the monster shot, man. Oh
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
gosh. And I know
you
it
get to see
becomes
that-
absurd in the other movies, but I still love
Yeah.
the fact that the hero of the franchise is the T-Rex. It
Yeah.
just still does warm my heart. As much
Same-
as it gets
the same
absurd where it's
T-Rex.
fighting these other giant creatures, it still warms my
Yeah.
heart. The T-Rex, you know, is going to win.
He's the Rocky
Except
of
in
Jurassic
the third
Park.
one. But
He's the
it's the
Godzilla of
same
Jurassic
dinosaur
Park.
in each
Well, that
movie,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
The same T-Rex.
That's why I don't like any of the other Jurassic Parks, is because this one is just it's one surprise after the other, and by the time we get to the second one, the surprises are all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't renew anything, and they don't bring anything fresh.
The only thing I would say against that would be that I love the mosasaur in the Jurassic World movie. I think that was freaking great to see the mosasaur.
Yeah,
Listen,
but,
I can have my little moments. I can have my things. You have to let me have nice things, Copa, because
Okay,
it's not
you
very
can-
much.
you can
It's
have
not
your
very
little-
much. Few and
if
far
I make
between,
you a
my
little
friend.
short story, of that, would you?
We're
be
not
happy?
asking much, right, Pops? You're not asking much.
What, you want 2 hours devoted to just that one little dinosaur?
Yeah, I could do a dinosaur montage and not have
There
all
you
these
go.
humans. I'd be more happy. That's what I do for my
Yeah.
grandson. I just show clips of dinosaurs. Pops, dinosaurs on your phone. Pops, dinosaurs on your phone. Yes, yeah. Here, buddy, get on my lap, and we just watch these little clips that are a minute and a half, and just hit clips.
That's awesome.
Right.
Pop, I'm with you. I like Jurassic World too.
Just Jurassic, the first one. Yeah,
As in
not-
Jurassic World, yes.
Jurassic World also the
as
first
well.
one. And I
Yeah.
say like meaning like a 5. Okay, like for those of you at home that don't understand the pop scale, when I say things are overrated, I just mean that people are saying it's an 8 or a 9. I'm like, no, it's more like a 6 or a 7. And when I say it's okay, I mean it's like a 5. It's like a normal rating used to be 2.5, 3 stars, but now we look like we're jackwagons when we say that. So,
and it could have went up from that first movie, but it went down.
It did not do that for me.
Yeah.
And whatever happened in Jurassic World 2 at the end with that little girl, she's a villain and a monster, and she needs to be exterminated. And so I do have to bail out, guys. Appreciate being invited, Jacob. It's always fun, and obviously Jurassic Park, 30 years. Oh my gosh, it's
Wow.
it's hard. It's hard to even admit that, but it's also glorious that we can have this way to talk about it and remember it.
Mhm.
Man, I look like I've since like 4 a.m. Look how disheveled I look. Golly, what a mess! I
Y'all
am.
y'all talk about how old y'all are. I'm officially like I'm about to be 30 this year. I'm
Oh,
up
You hit
Yeah.
it, dude.
there.
You're
I'm up there.
You're getting there.
I'm about to be cannoli and Copa numbers.
Oh man,
Bro, you got another 10 years.
you got a long way to go, buddy. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody needs to see that,
oh,
Jacob.
no.
Nobody needs to see that. Go right back to the way it was. Nobody needs to see a close-up shot of that. So they get enough of that on these videos. No, listen. So
So, yeah.
tomorrow, what day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yep.
What happens on Wednesday, guys? It's Comic Book Wednesdays, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shelby
I've been
Loves.
waiting for this one.
Shelby Loves comes to hang out with Pops, talk comic books, and you talk about a lady that knows her stuff, man.
Yeah.
Wow, she is amazing. So I've invited her to come back. So hopefully I didn't scare her off and she'll come back.
Awesome.
Gave a recommendation of possibly, and I can't disagree with the person that told me best comic book of last year. I read it for myself. I was like, wow. So that review drops tomorrow as well. Thursday's Throwback Thursday. We talk about an old school movie that you should watch. Listen, we headed into the weekend with some fun cartoons. What's your story this week is Left Eye Ego. Anybody know that guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
yeah,
hang out with me
I'm
too.
familiar
He's
with
kind of hanging out with my wife right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Need to
Wow.
talk to the man.
The
them.
wives.
Wives.
Mhm.
Y'all better
so
watch out.
anyway, Jacob, again, thank you so much. What a great panel. Awesome guys in chat. You guys are awesome. It's amazing. And you guys keep on rocking on talking this wonderful movie. It's freaking great. Thanks, guys, so much.
Thanks,
for
Pops.
coming
All
up,
right.
Pops.
Thank you, Pops.
Peace, Pops.
Have a
See you,
good
buddy.
night.
Bye, Pops. And then there were
Didn't
five.
Called Pops.
Copa's head shines more.
Uh,
We'll put him singing
All right, you two.
for the light. We need the light.
You can tell we
Siggy.
love each other.
You're singer.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're trying to do a stream here. You guys are flirting. It's like
But we're like brothers. So that's what it
Yeah.
that's how we got that brotherly humor.
Yeah, he might be
Yeah.
older, but I have to be the older brother and beat him up every once in a while.
He does. I love him for it.
Put the bald brothers on the bottom. Steven, the one guy who doesn't have a channel, put him in the middle. Put all the attention on him. Just focus on him.
I was born there. I'm in the middle of 5 boys. So, yeah, this is actually a very familiar position. So,
oh, my goodness.
No, I mean, literally, like I have 5. I'm one of 5 brothers, and like I'm right in the middle of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you was bringing that road warrior energy.
The youngest of 3 brothers. I didn't go to Subway and drive with 4 other guys. That's not what I meant.
AJ just wants those chaps back.
Not at all. Not at all. I was disturbed.
Yeah.
I'm the young one of my
Who gets the spicy Italian? I'm sorry.
Newman.
This is such a great death for him.
Did you
So
y'all
awesome.
remember the episode where what is it? Kramer buys some road, part of the highway to take care of, and he like paints something over the middle that's like really flammable. And
he's driving.
Newman hits something and it like lights it all on fire. He's like, "Oh, the humanity."
Yeah, that was
good.
a great scene. Just clumsy. Everything about this guy is just a mess.
Yeah.
Falling all over the place. Can't get himself together. Workstation's a mess. His life's a mess. But yet this guy's going to steal dinosaur DNA and get away with it, right?
Yeah. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, exactly.
And this coming up is like everybody's favorite dinosaur, right? One of their favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That spits this acidic goo into his face.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah, like what is it anyway? I mean,
I don't know. But like it's kind of funny because they make it look all cute and playful.
Yeah.
And
he's like, "No, I'm good."
And he's like, "You want to get the stick? Get the stick. Go get the stick."
Stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
Man. I don't want to run it for AJ who hasn't read the book, but the scene in the book.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
brutal.
remember it. Can you...
Really brutal.
It's graphic. Very graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read the book.
Yeah, it's actually 10 feet tall in the book. The dinosaur. It's like, I have nothing on me. I have nothing. Yeah. And the dinosaur's like, "Oh, you got plenty on you."
No,
yeah.
You're breakfast, lunch, and dinner, fat big boy.
Yep. I like
it's
them
all
thick.
good, man. Ruin it for me. I don't care about spoilers.
AJ doesn't care about spoilers. Yeah.
You don't?
Yeah, but I don't think books can be spoiled. I'm sorry, not details like that in a book.
No.
You got to read the book. It all mounts. It's different.
It doesn't.
Gets the car lost, and he goes off in the woods to see where he is. Compared to where the boat dock is. And on his way back, he hears this hooting noise and something following him through the woods. And he comes out and gets the car, and he sees it. And it's like on the edge of the trees. And its head moves real fast and it hits him in the chest. And he goes to get in the car and looks back, and it does it again and gets him in the eyes. And it's immediately he's blind. But it comes up and it scratches him across the gut. And he reaches down and he's got his intestines in his hands.
Yeah, that's the book. It was really, really,
it was really
sort of like what they were describing to the kid.
Oh yeah,
right, interestingly enough.
Yeah,
And
funny that kid's a little chubby.
Yeah,
a little foreshadowing there.
Maybe he's his kid's father or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I like that.
Baby Dennis.
I love how he throws the stick, and the dinosaur
stupid.
Looks stupid. No wonder you're extinct.
Yeah. No wonder you're extinct.
That's what's wrong with people messing around with these wild animals. You deserve it.
They just don't get it. Yeah.
No, they never learn.
He's learning quick, but he keeps shifting back into no, I'm the superior race. I'm the superior species. I'm the superior species. I keeps reminding himself that's the case. You can see it in his face.
Yeah.
Not terrifying.
I
at
love
all.
that too. I love that too. The practical. If you slow it down, you can tell he's got the stuff in his hand. And he like slaps his chest.
Yeah.
And
Must have been a
Old school.
smoker.
yeah. Oh, black lung.
Oh, that dinosaur
this-
worked in the coal mines.
Yeah, this dinosaur worked.
Where have you been? Yeah, that's terrifying.
Like, he shouldn't have looked back.
Never look back. Not in a horror film.
Ah,
Oh God.
Ooh, it's in my face. Oh yeah, and then he does this Keystone Cops number where he smacks his head on the.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
then
that's
a
the end
little
of the plot of the DNA being stolen.
Yeah, there it goes. Bye.
Bye.
What
plot
happened
device.
to
Bye,
the
McGuffin.
DNA?
I did think it was a little silly that the dinosaur gets in the car, like a dog or something, and it's like,
Well, they kind of try
Yeah.
to make the dinosaur look like doggish, right?
yeah,
That,
and
like
with
cute
the
puppy.
stick too,
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, that's a part of storytelling that just doesn't really happen. Like they're
Yeah.
suggesting to the audience it's about the same size as a dog. Just imagine a dog.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another dog trope. Here's the dog in the car, right? It's like kind of suggesting the reality, the physicality of the creature there by suggesting that it's like a
Yeah.
dog, and it does the same things that a smart dog would do, like look at you like you're freaking crazy. Like,
Now,
Yeah.
AJ, what would you recommend if your dog did this to you in your car?
Yeah, if it spit goo on you,
If it spit goo on you and then started
Spit
chewing your
goo?
insides out.
it had things come out of its neck.
That's not a dog anymore. That's something else.
Some demonic creature.
I hope I live to.
bad dog.
Hey, AJ,
bad
start.
dog.
That's when AJ starts praying right there. God save
Honestly, it
me.
looks like a gremlin here. He's
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
same
yeah,
color
yeah.
as a gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
If it just spit on me, if you got a collar on, I just try to grab it and
No,
just
I'm talking
control
about
it.
your dog's now starting to chew at you after it spit on you.
Yeah, he's trying to split your intestines and.
Yeah, no, that's not my
what
dog
is standard
anymore.
protocol for when your dog attacks you
Yeah.
Look, there's the girl again.
in your Jurassic
Yep.
Park Jeep?
I will say, I feel you, Jacob. It was over the top, but you see
But
like
it's still
horror
good.
elements in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So I feel like that's what it was. But yeah, I was like, what made that thing just decide I'm just gonna hop in the car, like knowing this human was gonna get in the
Yeah.
car?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
I was-
it made more sense for the dinosaur to attack him from behind while he was trying to get into the Jeep?
Yeah.
Yeah, like drag him down
Just
or
kind of like by his feet and then eat him or something. Yeah.
I got a lot of alien vibes in some of the scenes in this movie.
Yeah, well, what's that one line that Hudson says? It's like turn off the power, cut off the power. What are you talking about? Cut off the power? They're animals. It's like what the
Yeah.
hell are you talking about?
Right. Oh, it's just the scene where
The car.
This is my one bone of contention in this whole movie is this silliness. Like I would have been totally okay if the car just creaked a bit, but this chase scene of the car falling through the trees,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's a little contrived in my
Uh,
opinion.
well,
It's a
yeah.
little
They need an added
unnecessary.
thrill.
Climb to the side. Climb up to the side.
they
not
couldn't
back.
just
Yeah,
save the
yeah.
kid. It had to be like an adventure to save the kid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's-
and then it falls on them after they get
Mhm.
to the ground, and it falls on them perfectly. So it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you just blew all the wind out of that.
We're-
So
We're back in the car.
it's weird. It's weird. It's kind of like these tonal shifts we're experiencing today on a regular basis in cinema.
Mhm.
This to me is like one of the birthing places of that kind of thinking. There's this kind of like, it was never really dangerous kids, nothing to worry about. Moving
Mhm.
on. They're adorable, aren't they adorable? Everybody loves monkeys.
Well, I think it's just there to give the audience another thrill because we've went through. I'm guessing we're 45 minutes deep into Jurassic Park before the T-Rex shows up. So now we're done with the exposition part. Now it's
Pick up
time
the
to
pace.
play. Now
Yeah.
it's time to play thrill rides.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
I like
just
this.
another thrill ride.
Like, I think this is
You don't have to.
Gennaro.
Hey, you don't
I
have to
think
like
this
all
is
the thrill
too.
rides in Jurassic Park.
Especially the ones that are trying to eat you.
Right.
Now there's a lawyer all over
Oh
the
yeah,
place.
yeah,
Yeah,
There's
great
some
line.
of him over here too.
I would have dominated all these dinosaurs. I'd be Spear from Primal.
Oh man, that is such a good show.
All
That is
the
such
I
a
love
good
that.
show.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
That's
He
good.
just screams at everybody. Ah!
There we go.
Meanwhile,
That sound effect.
Jeff is
again.
like, "Is my shirt open?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
by the
is.
way, there's a dinosaur.
Good.
I just want to know,
Got to show
Aldo,
off to the dinosaur.
am I
man.
sexy?
Oh, this was great.
Yeah, I can see some parody or whatever. Like he tell him turn the flashlight off. Then as he opens his shirt, then it's more bright than a flashlight.
Yeah, right. It glows in the dark.
One thing I don't get here: how did they get down there?
So fast.
I mean, this is the Tyrannosaur, the T-Rex's paddock, right?
Mhm.
How does he get up from down there?
That was my issue, Jacob, and I couldn't
Can be
figure
confused.
what issue I had with this, and it's because the elevation. When you see the T-Rex walking like through the wire or the fence or whatever, it seems like it's level, but now it's it's so far down.
Yeah, it's like 50 yards deep.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get up there?
Yeah,
It's movie magic.
It must
Copa.
the entire paddock must rise, to be level.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you think if you think about it, like when they show the goat, they rise the goat up to the top, so it is level with where the Jeeps are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a continuity issue for sure.
Well,
Like,
this
we
whole
could
movie's
try
ruined,
and
Spielberg.
yeah, dude, what the hell?
Why, Spielberg? Why?
Never watching this movie again, ever.
Seriously.
Ruined it for me now. That's all I'm going to think about when I watch this again.
It does a great job of making you not even think about those things.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No,
enjoy it.
you're coming down from your adrenaline rush from running from a
T-Rex.
car in a tree. And before that, a T-Rex attack.
This scene was great.
It's like,
God, could you imagine that thing just coming from behind? Like, oh shit!
I like
Whoops.
the shot of the passenger mirror where it says objects in this mirror.
yeah,
Closer than
yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
Or closer
Yeah.
than they appear.
Classic.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
There it is.
Oh,
Don't worry,
man.
it's not that close.
Unbelievable.
Every kid in the audience got that joke. Every single one.
Yeah. Get off the bloody stick.
Bloody move.
Move your
Move,
mom
yeah.
butt. I hope we have
Let's go.
still of her mom butt.
Thank God for that tree. Slowed him down for a second.
For a bit, he pushed
Oh,
through that
yeah.
though.
Look at
Saved
that.
him.
He or she, she.
Then it hits the side of the. Yeah.
Look at him. He's like totally freaking out.
You think that's going to be on the tour?
Yeah.
I got a short
When it
clip.
goes to Universal.
Sorry, I
So
interrupted. I interrupted there.
No warning, man. He just throw him on.
It's got to catch you off guard.
Everybody shut up. I got a clip.
I got a clip. Dinosaur.
I love that she screams out loud. I love that level of vulnerability is on everybody's face in this movie. That's like so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff is genuinely terrifying. What they're going through, they should have all passed out while driving the car. Like every single one of them would have just passed out in the car.
Something
It's
too.
like-
Alan in the book actually freezes. He's so terrified, he freezes, and that's how he figures out that the dinosaur can't see him because he can't move because he's frozen.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah,
They did such a good job of condensing what was going on in those books with those characters.
Yeah.
And it just made
prices
sense
can
that
get.
it was like, oh, he's a paleontologist, so he probably just knows that,
Yeah.
its vision is based
He
on
went,
movement.
he went back in time and,
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
if there's any truth to Darwinism, then he would understand through anthropology and through, zoology that these creatures do the same thing that a lion would do. Like all binocular creatures perform a certain way because it works, right? Their hunting patterns are similar.
But
So it's
Steven,
extrapolation like physics.
would he know what the
Cool.
call of the brontosaurus is? Now, this is the part that bothered me, is like he learned how to talk to the
how
brontosaurus.
does he know how to do that?
Yeah, how's he know how to do that with his hands? This is the song of my people.
Oh no, because in the beginning they were bellowing. They was making those, when they did the big reveal and played the music. So, you probably remember.
All right. I mean, I'm going to pull a ligament with that stretch, but okay.
Oh, I blew a lung. Ow. Yes, like
It's a nice shot.
Looks like he's trying to blow dart him.
When did he practice this
Yeah.
call?
There was actually a whole science born from this movie because of the fascination everybody had with sound effects. And the people may have been brought on as consultants in the first place, and that's what actually inspired it. But somebody started looking into the acoustical qualities of the nasal canals on these dinosaur skulls and trying to extrapolate from there what they might have actually sounded like. And they would build these different instruments that would be like trombones, because of the muscular quality of the nasal cavity and the throat.
Yeah.
So this movie gave birth to a lot of new thinking for dinosaurs because everybody got excited.
Yeah.
So I'm like Pops. I'll take this movie as fact. But there's a documentary on like Apple Plus TV, and apparently all these dinosaurs are feathered. I don't want to accept that, but raptors look cool feathered. But I'm just gonna believe that they're.
I haven't seen that documentary yet.
Really?
Yeah, they even got the T-Rexes feathered. I'm going to accept bigger dinosaurs didn't have feathers, but the smaller ones they started to grow.
Feathered.
Yeah, I'm sure
Actually, that looks pretty cool.
I love this. He's like, there's people out there dying, and he's like, next time it'll be better.
Yeah, next time.
The speech. It's just everything wrong with this whole idea is right here in this speech.
Kidding.
But next time it'll be better. Oh, shut up. Be quiet.
Yeah. Go back to your flea circus, old man.
Yeah.
See, like I said, if they came to that meeting and said, hey, what you're doing is completely wrong, you can't be doing this, they would have been like, no, we're still opening the park. Because even right now, after all that has happened, he's like, nah, we're still opening the park. I promise it'll be better.
Yeah. We'll be safe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be safe next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
He said, look, it can't just be my grandkids dying out
Little
here.
kid goes to the petting zoo and loses an arm. It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, we'll be
regularly.
all right. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I paid a medical bill. I won't spare no expense.
We just recently invested in a cybernetics company, so we can do limb replacements now. So go ahead, get away, pet. Go ahead, pet those.
We'll clone him. We'll clone him and cut the clone's arm off and give it to your
Yeah,
son.
there you go. Yeah.
See, this entire scene I've never liked because this is just for the kids.
Yeah, the snot take. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
Nickelodeon snot take.
Exactly.
It was annoying, but the girl deserved it.
Yeah, he was happy. The girl got sneezed on.
Yeah.
Man, AJ, you just wanted her to get blown off the tree.
Man,
When I say snot take, I mean Jack Sparrow getting spit all over him from the sea creature. Like, really? Really? That's what we're going to do with this?
That's called good writing, I guess.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's true.
And then boogers happen.
Yep.
Boogers.
Mutations.
Oh my God.
Hey,
The lesbians are mating.
This is so awesome.
And turning the frogs gay.
Turn the frogs gay. Do you understand that?
This is where it comes from, man. This is exactly where it comes
Yeah.
from. It's right here, all the science.
The freaking frogs.
Yeah, they use frog DNA. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, actually,
What's crazy, I knew this going
look,
in. When
it
I
goes
saw this
into more
movie, I was
detail.
that
Yeah.
I knew for a fact
That
that
goes into more
yeah,
detail with the raptors.
Yeah. But
Go
and that's
ahead.
the thing. Oh, go ahead, Stephen. You've been trying to get a.
I was
Good
just
point.
saying that this science was being discussed when this movie came out. It was weird. The
Yeah.
History Channel and the Science Channel, they were all talking about dinosaurs and reptiles, and talking about how they could be frozen solid, certain frog species, and then completely defrosted, just like on a kitchen counter, and they would come back to life. Like those kinds of things were being talked about.
Yeah.
So we were well aware at the time that certain reptilian species can shift their gender at will, depending upon population concentrations. So when this happened, I was just like, "Yep, that can really happen." No,
Yep.
It can. Yes, it can.
And there's the money
Sorry.
shot right there.
There he is.
He's
That's
so
what we-
gorgeous.
That's what we've
Now
been
that
waiting
is a
for.
man.
That is a man.
There it is.
That is
Life.
Michelangelo's painting, isn't it? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Adam?
Sistine Chapel, for sure.
Yep.
Better.
He's just got to be pointing his little finger to God. Oh, there's God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Coming.
Yeah.
There he is.
Ooh.
How ironic.
They're like, let's shut it
Sammy
down.
Jackson's just tired of this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go home.
He's about to
Yeah.
drop an MF right now. He has that look.
I've had enough of these dinosaurs.
He's like, look,
On this,
I've tolerated all you white guys on this island long enough, okay?
On this island.
He's about
Done.
the
Bar.
monologue. Man,
That's
about
hilarious.
the monologue. And then get
See,
eaten by a shark.
I came up with a sequel to Snakes on a Plane. It was called Snake on Planes, where it was just one giant snake on two planes, and they had to land the planes in tandem and stuff like that. But no one liked that idea, so I never fleshed it out.
Nah.
No comment on that.
No, you guys don't like it either. Snake on
I'll
Plane.
comment.
Think about it.
Snake on
Matt,
planes.
It's like
you wrote a.
We thought
Yeah,
about
I
it,
am.
bro. It don't work.
wait.
I didn't have to think long.
But the plane,
It's not
the planes
good.
are like
Wait,
the plane is like the
where's my
snake's ice
Advil?
skates.
I don't know where my Advil is. Hold on.
This is a guy who wrote a book, and he's talking about a giant snake going across two planes.
He's trying
In
to write
midair.
an entire screenplay based on a clever turn of words. That's all he's
Yeah.
doing, for crying
Yeah.
out loud.
All right, we get you, Copa.
What's wrong with
You're
that?
better than
They
that.
made
You're better
snakes
than
on a
this.
plane?
You're better than this, Copa.
You're gonna
Just
lose
think-
money on that one.
Yo,
Yep.
guys,
Yeah.
just sleep on it and tell me.
Man,
No,
there's
I'm
many,
done.
so many memes from this movie.
Oh God, yeah.
Hold on to your
Yeah,
butts.
hold on to your
Hold
butts.
on to your butts.
Love that cigarette.
Hey, look, it's
Yeah.
ready. Now I got to go across the other
There's-
side of the.
The entire park. Where
Why
against
is
the
there like
dinosaur.
why is there like their entire farm,
What?
their computer farm on the other side of
Yeah.
the park?
Side of
Yeah,
it,
why?
yeah.
Why is the electricity
Because
way
the
over
plot
there?
says
Why
it
aren't they
should
next to
be.
each other? Yeah,
Makes it more dangerous, Copa. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
I would
You
like,
have to-
you know what I would like to see,
powers.
honestly, a nice little like 45-minute one-off episode of his little journey to the other side of the park. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
With that
The
last
power.
45 minutes. though?
the power is off, and I have to go walk past the Velociraptor
Mm-hmm.
pin.
Yeah.
You
talking
could
trash.
put in just a couple of lines from Pulp Fiction.
I was just
This is
gonna
some
say.
bullshit. I'm sitting back here cleaning up brain matter. You know, it's like,
I'm a race
bullshit.
car on the
This is some
yeah, and have
gourmet-
Joel.
This is a gourmet dinosaur.
If I worked in like a zoo or something and I had to walk past like the predators to get somewhere, it'd be kind of cool.
I mean,
Now-
yeah,
now
as
at
long as they don't
the
try
park-
to eat you.
At
Now,
this
see, these
park,
dinosaurs-
Do they have dino burgers? Made out of dinosaur.
I would think so, right?
I mean,
The
they
failed
Yeah.
clone.
Come on.
Well, I
The ones
remember
that
Yeah,
didn't
the
make it.
failed ones.
Failed
The ones that have
there was
enough
a leg
meat
of
to make a
lamb
burger.
that you could get at
Yeah.
Mhm.
in Star Wars Village when it first came out in Disney, and it was like an alien creature. They were advertising
Yeah.
it as an
you
alien
go.
creature's leg.
Like those
being
Renaissance.
sold like a
I
hot
have a
dog at a
clip
hot
in
dog
this here.
stand. It's great.
The big
It's
drum.
very
big
delicious.
I have
leg
another
drum.
clip.
Damn.
Yeah.
Those sounds that
Man.
thing's making, man. It's just kind of.
Did you-
Yes.
And
So
Did you notice the
the
focus
people
pull
that-
too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
But-
sound like
but I-
some extra audio
put
in that
those
one.
sounds together too. Man.
Unbelievable.
I just didn't like the fact that you announced that you had a clip. You should have just rolled it.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
Okay,
yeah. Well, he's
No,
he
no.
can't-
I'll surprise you next time.
Don't
AJ's like,
spare
no.
me. Don't spare me.
Yeah.
Just I'm used to it.
Just
Okay,
rip right
all right.
one
That's
hit.
what we got.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the Disney movie Dinosaur?
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
Just
No.
beautiful CGI. That still
Yeah.
holds up. That was way before its time, and I would love to see that. But with an actual like horror element, or just
No,
like
what-
real
What
dinosaurs.
AJ's trying to say for you old people, that was your time before my time.
Yeah.
Before his time is what he's trying to say. It was a good movie, though. I remember that movie.
Yeah. That was
Let's-
like what? That was like the year 2000 or whatever.
It was
Something
It was
like that.
like
Like
way back in the day.
It had to be early 2000s, very early, because I
it
was
was
just
about
looking
20
at
plus years ago. Yeah.
I was just looking at the Walking with Dinosaurs series came out in '99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Man.
Yep.
I geek out over this Spaz 12 shotgun.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yep.
it can be a pump action or an
Mhm.
automatic. So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love shotguns.
And here's God doesn't know how to run heaven anymore.
No.
Let's see here.
Doesn't he get the Disney? They're talking about when they open Disney. Is that the scene? It's just that scene where he talks about when they open Disneyland.
Yeah.
But then he gets
Yep.
the date wrong. I thought he got the date wrong. Some people said he actually gave
Yeah.
the wrong
Yeah,
opening
but-
date.
If the Pirates of the Caribbean ride breaks down, the pirates don't eat the
Yeah.
guests.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Great
That is
follow-up
true.
line. It was awesome. So sarcastic and intellectual. It's like just
It's
like
great.
a crack of a whip. He's like, yeah, but yeah, nobody died. Okay. Sorry. Nice
Yeah, and
try, though.
And Hammond
Mhm.
is sexist here, so man.
Yeah.
I'm a man and you're a woman.
And then she goes full Holdo right here.
Yeah.
Look
I'm
it.
going to tell you how to run your theme
Hey,
park now,
this movie
sir.
has representation. He
It
has a limp.
does. And I thought it
has
was, well
He has
respected
a
and handled.
limp. Yeah, he
Mhm.
has a limp too, so get a little bit
Mhm.
of handicap representation there.
Yeah. I wish instead of this, you just turned to Jeff and just said, can you close your shirt? There's no
Your
injuries on your
shirt.
body. Close your
Mhm.
goddamn shirt.
Mhm.
Can you
You don't need it open anymore.
language?
He's still got it open. It's crazy.
What's wrong with that, dude?
Watch the language.
Nothing. It's a topless scene and there's no equity involved. Okay. That's
Hey,
all.
look at this guy here. This guy is ripped. Look at those legs,
Yeah. Look at those
man.
Running away from
Look-
dinosaurs.
Look at those gams.
those legs,
Oh.
man. Look friggin' cut up.
Hello,
Man.
doctor. And he's got a Spaz 12. He's got the shorts riding up.
The hat.
Almost,
He's ready, man.
he's almost to Magnum PI level with those shorts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think he actually survives in the book. Could be wrong.
I believe you're right. Because I believe
like,
he
that's
makes
great.
it to the second book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm guessing
he?
here
No.
that
Actually, I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson's character walks past here, and then the raptors attack the fence, trying to get at him, and he goes running for the.
Mm.
Oh, that's
Just a
very
thought.
possible. I never even thought of it like that before. Yeah,
That's
totally.
interesting.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
He's like so not happy about this.
He's like, oh
God.
my god.
Damn it.
Language,
Look at her.
please.
Look at her
She's
just
like,
giving him
what's
crap.
wrong? What is it? Did you not see the Velociraptor
He said-
fin is
Yeah.
broken?
How about
Yeah.
shut your mouth, woman? We got some hunting to do. Just relax.
He's quite literally got that stiff upper lip. He's just
Mhm.
extremely British right now. Look how stiff that thing is right there. It's, just, it's like cutting stone.
Yeah, he's just he's focused. Yeah, he's waiting to see what happens here.
Oh, look, there's the power shed. It's like, we'll never make it. We're being hunted.
Run.
Run.
I've got the holy hand grenade. Go.
Go now.
She hits the tree.
I love it. She does a really good job. Again, it's like her actual physical panic and Spielberg's willingness to put that on screen. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get concerned. It's like, yeah, she's capable, but look, she's still human. For crying out loud.
Yep.
I like this part too.
Yeah, well, this is a great example of, but this is a great example of cinematic irony, because you know she's going to turn on the power while they're climbing it.
Right.
Yeah, right. But two, these kids just survived a near-death experience.
I know.
I'm going to joke with them about grabbing this 10,000 volt.
Right? Yeah.
Thanks, AJ.
Clearly, he does not have kids,
Mhm.
or likes them.
No.
I just told Mrs. Catania when the little one comes, dinosaur. Watch it.
Dinosaur.
Yes.
Get her on
Oh,
it.
for sure.
Good
She
movie.
hasn't seen it. I thought we saw it.
She said she doesn't remember much about it though. I thought in the chat.
Yeah, I've only seen it once too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure we
the,
went and saw that.
the T-Rex has
Anyway.
been hunting them this entire time
Yep.
too.
He's hungry.
Yeah. Man flesh.
Yeah,
What,
time to get
what
on
is
the
it?
fence.
What
Yeah,
is
let's
it?
jump
What
on
you
the-
smell? Man flesh.
It's hysterical. Yeah,
Man
time to get on the fence. If you were wondering whether or not we should survive or not, it's time to jump on the fence.
Those kids like squeeze through that fence.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Why did they really need to climb all the way?
Like
over?
one of the
They should've
kids with the
shoved
small,
them through.
the boy could have squeezed through that little hole. In the
Yeah.
fence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes,
weird.
Jana. That's a good movie, Jana.
Oh, Land Before
Oh,
Time.
The Land Before Time, showing her age.
Good movie.
hmm
AJ's
Does
like, "I
anybody
scrolled
remember
from
an illustrated? There was an illustrated story called
Land
Dinotopia.
Love Before Time.
that." Mhm.
I
Good
kind of remember Dinotopia.
Yes.
It was. They tried to
this
do a
is the-
live action, didn't work out, but the book
Yeah.
was amazing, absolutely amazing.
This is where I was getting alien vibes.
Yeah,
I mean, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
Nostromo on the ship.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, this is still all before first-person shooters were really a thing, as well. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Danger, high voltage.
Yeah.
Get some AC/DC going.
Yeah.
here.
Look at this. That kid could have climbed up.
That's what I
coulda
mean. Look
climbed
at
up taller and fit through there.
right
the
through
girl
there.
could have fit through there.
yeah,
Probably. They could have stretched them, you know.
both of them could have.
He
And
could have
wait,
climbed over
wait.
that whole time quicker.
Doesn't
much quicker.
doesn't Alan have a pair of Leathermans on him that he could cut that with? maybe?
cut the wire?
Yeah, you could have
Mm.
cut the wire too.
That would have been too convenient though.
Even even stainless steel cable is not impossible to cut. of
Right.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it ridiculous that the little boy couldn't climb over that much
Right.
quicker.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep, ruins the movie for me. I'm never watching this thing again, man.
That's
To
it.
hell with this thing. Off the classic list. Gone. Throwing out all my copies.
Look at him. He's got like half his body out of the
Yeah,
fence
look at that.
on the other
And
side
you
of the
notice
fence.
that
Look at 'em,
Copa
T.
keeps perpetuating this,
Down
right?
low, it's
Let's
closer
talk about the
together,
Speed
actually.
Force, Copa. Let's do that. All right. Let's talk about the Speed.
Okay, I would defend it a little bit. Maybe they figured if he pushed himself through, he'd fall and hit his head. Maybe.
Yeah.
It is
Better
a
than
pretty
climbing
big
over
head.
100-foot fence.
Right.
Like, it's like you're gonna fall and you're dead anyway.
I don't.
We'll
It's
just
like-
tell him that. Yeah.
That
He,
head's already swollen
climbs
enough.
through.
I don't think he's gonna hurt it.
Yeah,
he
we'll just
climbs
say-
through and falls,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Well, we'll just say the dinosaur ate him."
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
This T-Rex
Wasn't
came
my
out of
fault.
nowhere, man. I don't know what happened.
I didn't bring your grandkids to this
Right?
island.
This is your fault. You and your God complex ruining everything.
This is a good mounting of tension, though.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
mounting and release of tension. It's great. I mean, think about this
And
whole
zap.
sequence, and the two moments are lining up, so you know that they're going to
Mhm.
get together again any second.
Eventually,
The script
yeah.
is going to allow the whole band to get back together again because we're seeing the timing of their events happening simultaneously on screen. Like her actions are affecting their actions, and we're about to enter the final run of this whole thing.
Mhm.
She's so proud.
She just
That was such a good
Sorry.
clever girl. Clever girl.
He should.
and as he respects the animals. He's like, she got me.
Yeah.
The better
No,
the better.
I totally dig the hunter. That's like a total hunter's mentality, right?
Yeah.
It's like to respect your animal, respect your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She outsmarted me.
Look,
there's an old
He's
science
okay
fiction
now.
story.
That is not Samuel Jackson's hand.
He's okay now.
No. That's a nice. What we call
They
a
cooked
prop.
that in the microwave for 45 seconds.
That's a Ray Swap Dennis arm.
This part was good.
I love
got that.
I love the little touch of her dragging the
Flashlight?
behind her.
That was great.
Really neat.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah,
the
that
flashlight
flashlight's
is really the big
it has
villain
the-
of this whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
causing all the problems, dragging them down, and
Causing
Yeah, that's
T-Rexes to
I
notice
guess-
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that flashlight's like on a cord, and there's like a big battery on her
Mhm.
hip, right?
Oh,
Okay.
that's a motif.
Yeah.
Electricity,
This
technology.
is not little
doomed us
Yeah.
all.
little battery time or time period here.
Well, you may be, just being tongue in cheek, but that's actually a truth. This notion of the flashlight and the headsets and the automatically driven cars riding on a rail. These are all issues that actually lead to harming the characters.
Yeah.
It's only when they go off the
Yeah.
rails that they actually can start surviving.
It's like,
Yeah.
this part two is like you wasted a lot of time unfolding that. You could have
Yeah.
just shot
Yeah.
Like,
shoot her. Shoot
Bro.
her.
bro, if you didn't unfold your butt stock before now, why are you doing it now?
right.
Yeah,
Like in the middle of the field on a
Mhm.
hunt. Might as
it's
well
a little
just-
weak.
Oh well.
Like Boba Fett
Yeah.
getting taken out in Return of the Jedi. It's a little weak.
It's
a
still
little
good
weak.
though. It's still good.
Yeah, it still
good,
works. It still works.
Mhm.
Clever girl.
The snake
So
is like,
sinister.
Papa?
That
Mom, that you?
Snake is
Bro.
like, well done.
So-
Well
it's so
done.
sinister, man. That thing's just looking like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
We
cat,
got- we got
the
him.
alien. It's like
Hey
the cat
man,
and alien.
I like the hunter didn't give up though. He's like, I'm still gonna shoot my shot. Try to
Yeah.
get this thing out.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just thinking, I was like, man, you can still try to turn around and shoot,
Yeah.
and he did, but
He What?
Nope. Not happening.
fast enough.
That's where you grab your knife.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think by then, yeah, it's too late. But you're right. You grab something small and sharp.
Take it with
Yeah,
you.
he's
try to save as much as your head and face as you can, because
Yeah,
she
he
was on
pulls
it.
out his gardening shears and
Yeah,
starts
there's a
pruning
scene
him.
like that in the original Greystoke Tarzan, where he
Mm.
goes up against a gorilla and there's blood and they're biting each other and flesh is getting torn off of bodies. It's brutal. It's friggin' brutal, but he pulls through. But
Mm.
in a book, you could get away with that. You could never show that on screen. It's still
No.
that book has not been brought to screen still to this day.
Bro, have y'all ever seen the chimps bodies, like when they got the less fur, like bonobos? Oh my
Mhm.
Oh
god,
yeah.
those
Yeah.
things are thick, man.
Yeah,
Scary,
barely
yeah.
even trying too, right? Like they're barely even trying. They're not working out. They're just born that way, man. They're just born
Yeah.
that
No.
way.
Straight out the
This-
womb, they pull ups.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
She's
fucking
like-
bullshit.
Look, this picture here. She's like, "This is the best Jello." Hey,
Until-
no
Yeah.
expense. They spared no expense. This is the best Jello
Yeah.
I've ever eaten.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, pause. Dot. action. Shadow turns into real creature.
Yeah, that was
Beautiful.
So
they're thinking
good.
they're home free, and this kid's like, nope. Yeah, this was a
Eating
good
Jello.
You must be safe.
Chilling.
There's ice cream and Jello here.
scene.
I think in the second book, there's a raptor that's eating a candy bar.
Nice. He was hungry. He had to have his Snickers that day. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
I'd have his Snickers.
Yeah,
He needed to-
Yeah, he was being a diva, so he had to have
Mhm.
his Snickers.
Man, have you eaten your Snickers today?
Well, he must have
Why?
just seen Die Hard. So.
Yeah.
Because you're acting like a raptor, man. You need to eat.
You're
Yeah.
acting like a total carnivore, bro.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh,
Dinosaur
Back-
opening doors.
Back to horror
By the way,
movie, man.
that's a guy in a suit.
Hmm.
By the way,
Nice.
I'd be that guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
we know.
again, the reality of the prosthetic is sold because we're not really familiar with birds at that scale, right? We don't really understand bird movement at that scale. We see it really small.
Mhm.
So the way it was doing the jerkiness, which was probably mostly due to the costume, actually worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you guys ever seen like
else do you
Walking
like?
with the Dinosaurs,
yeah.
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
like the live stuff?
Mhm.
A lot of those puppeteers and actors do a really good job. Like it,
Mhm.
like you can
Yeah,
see them
yeah.
inside the suit, but you're totally not seeing a
Focusing
person
on
inside the
them.
suit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I
you
believe
they
the,
had-
can see my cursor, right, guys? You can see my
Yeah,
cursor.
yeah.
Keep your
Yeah.
eye out right here. You see
I
that
better not
little-
see a human.
right there?
I see somebody
That's the
sticking his
hand right
hand up
there.
somewhere.
It almost fell over, and he just reaches out.
Oh
so
yeah,
graced
yeah.
it.
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice catch.
They're just dismantling this movie.
Jeez.
Spielberg.
AJ's
Who
like,
wants to
I'm
go
gonna
to
watch
Hawaii?"
it now and
Yeah,
see
wow.
hands and
This has
Now
dropped
that's a
down to
suit,
a
too.
6 for me.
Look at that. That's a suit. That is incredible.
yeah, that is wild.
God bless the green screen.
Wait, this isn't. There isn't any kind of puppeteering with this whatsoever. Like exterior puppeteering. It's just
I
some
think
guy in a
there's
suit.
some puppeteering with the head. I think there's a little puppeteering with the head.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
probably
still,
a
though.
few animatronic external guys that are working the body as well, but for the most part, and I forget, were their
Yeah.
bodies partially exposed, like that there were green screen legs sticking out or something like that? I forget.
No. No.
Okay, so it was
They
a
even
totally
made the
enclosed
feet,
costume.
Yeah. I'll share
what
a
was
video.
it?
They show how they built it and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
These two are so awesome. The way they bicker at each other, and then one jumps on the counter. It's the little clicking toenail. Oh, it's so
Just
good.
like the ladies would.
Mhm.
Biting at each.
Oh, the
Yep.
trumpeting.
That's
So good.
Two bickering
and
ladies
that
in a
click,
kitchen.
I love that. What a touch they did, having that click on the ground. That was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great.
Clanking spoons and stuff. Ladles, my bad, ladles.
Get it right, AJ.
See,
Yeah.
this is an intelligent
And that-
action sequence. This kid
Yeah.
is tricking them with reflections. These creatures have no concept
Yeah.
of mirrors and such things. And like you could actually see the combat between old mentality and new mentality. And the kid's
Right.
really smart without
Look
at
it
this.
being thrown in our faces that he's smart.
It actually tricks
It
us
looks-
with the whole reflection
Can you
scene.
tell
Yeah, that was good.
which one? Can you tell which one is the puppet and which one is the CG?
I'll
Yeah.
say the one on the ground is the puppet, right?
The one on the
Yeah.
ground is the puppet.
I would assume.
Still,
That's what I'm
man,
thinking.
it's hard to. That's hard to tell. Look how good that is.
Yeah.
No,
The
The
was
idea
great.
that you
Yeah.
even have to ask is proof enough to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, I could. You could assume the one on the ground because extrapolation would suggest that's the lower budget production piece, and the one on the table is the higher production.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so good, so well executed, very conservative but well executed.
Yeah, this scene was great.
Yeah, I would have just threw something and just ran for
Run for that door, huh?
And they would have looked at it like, we supposed to go after that like the Dilophosaurus earlier.
Yeah.
Not to just expose myself.
Yeah, and here's like an insane move. This kid actually goes in here not to escape, but to attack. Yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Smart scene. Really smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's frightening, man.
Yeah, and her running there too, just screaming her head
Screaming
off.
with her arms out. That's probably the
She's
best
like,
acting she did in the movie.
Yeah.
Great idea. Let me help. You know? And then
like,
Annie Potts screams, "We got one!"
I like how this thing's just watching them like, oh, okay.
Just thinking, should I go open the door and let them out?
Yeah.
Let her out?
Yeah. Can I go
It's like,
after
they're
this?
going to the dining room. I think I'll go to the dining room and have
Let's go get some Jell-O.
That's right. Jurassic Park is always better with Jell-O.
Mm-hmm. There's always room for Jell-O.
Says the Jell-O marketing team.
Oh, man. Jurassic World could have been amazing, man.
AJ can't get over this, man. He's like, man.
How do you do
that? You know, not for nothing. There was a lot of very interesting plot points in there, but when the movie started telling you that it knew it was a movie,
yeah,
and then it started telling you the tropes to be expected in this movie, I'm like, really? What?
I told you. I told you my problems with it, which is they never provided anything new with it.
No, it's just the same rehash.
No, they
stuff.
just rehashed the first movie.
Yeah.
Right. And it got to the point where you just knew none of the main characters
like
were going to get eaten.
Door.
No, I mean when you're training up raptors, where can you go from there? There's no sense of danger at that. In
point. That trailer, I thought he'd actually. We don't have to go into it. Oh man, I thought this thing was way more amazing in the trailer, but they did not deliver.
No, no, they did not.
They didn't.
My favorite hacking scene of all time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where she clacks on a keyboard and then a computer interface just pops up.
Click this. Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, just click here and
nobody else figured that out but her. Huh?
Is this what you want?
Hence why AJ wanted her eaten.
How to use the mouse.
Yes.
She didn't know how to use a mouse. What a stupid little girl.
Yeah. This was so early on. It's so insane. This is before everything was going on. It's crazy how early this
she clicked the mouse like I type on the keyboard.
Heavy-handed, just
have her pick it up
mouse
like
the first person who ever got a mouse. Click on
it. Have her pick it up like Scotty on Star Trek. Like, computer.
Yeah. Hello, computer.
She's like, oh my god, I have the same program at home.
MG.
How
this
convenient.
Guy's trying to escape, and she's clicking on mouses.
Yeah. And they're all happy. It's like, wait, there's still a raptor outside the door.
Right. Yeah. Grant's holding back a violent lizard right now. Can we stop smiling?
Beck says she got the Jell-O finger.
She's all happy about them. No. Oh, this is when they were coming to shoot the glass.
I eat with 2 fingers. And my wife, she's always getting on me because I'll just sit there. I won't go wash my hands when I'm done. I just sit there like this.
Oh my god!
What is wrong with you, AJ?
A lot, bro.
All right.
At least he admits it.
Dog, don't wash your hands.
Just if I use my hands.
Let's kick the ladder though, because that'll help us.
Oh yeah, that raptor's climbing that ladder.
Yeah, he's already learned that part. I mean, if he's learned how to open a door, he's going to climb that ladder.
It's nothing but steps to him.
Yeah. And he just learned reflections and how to defeat those as well.
Yeah,
Right.
It just made him smarter.
Look at that. He's now a coded raptor. He's
the females leading the way
digitized.
for the route.
He just absorbed all of that information.
Yeah. See, there's another.
Downloading kill program.
Another part where the girl could have gotten eaten, AJ, and nope.
Yep.
Look at that.
Right here. It could have got her leg,
there.
and that would have been that.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd
Yeah,
all
it
this
would've been over.
physical ability
So close.
come from?
Yeah, he choked.
You know what that scene needs? That scene needs a slow-mo of the teeth barely grazing her skin, and we actually see the slow teeth grinding across the skin. It barely scratches. That's what that scene needed.
You have to be playing around.
Yeah.
I am totally joking.
Okay.
I'm being completely sarcastic.
Oh my God, I was freaking out.
Good
Steven,
grief,
kick him off
Copa.
the stream.
Is he like this at home, Jana? What the heck, man? I thought he was a jokester, man. I thought I could play that game.
No, you tricked me earlier. I didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, good point. man.
This is so
This
great.
this is a great scene though. You're talking about tension, actual tension from the wires. Will that
Yeah,
hold?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
All the
my
twanging as they're moving around and literally
Yeah.
standing on the bones of the concern of the story. It's,
Hi.
Yeah,
Oh wow, she's
Hi.
put her eyeliner eye.
Stop it.
Hi there.
You want to know how
I'm
I got
kinda
these
hungry.
scars? No, sorry.
You gonna be my snack now?
Yeah. Oh, you're a snack.
that must have been the raptor that being controlled by Sean Connery.
You can just see him in the background.
that's what it
Yeah,
was.
just going, darling, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Eat those
Off the side of
people.
my mouth, even in raptor form.
Damn.
This scene would be considered fat phobic by
Yeah.
today's standards, Vex.
and the
It's true.
hero comes in and saves
Right.
the day.
Yep.
How did that T-Rex get in there?
Without anybody knowing or hearing.
The-
the damn
the-
thing.
Did anybody know?
Like how?
He
The
opened the
female
door and
dinosaur.
tippy-toed in.
Female.
You can
We said
hear
the
his
T-Rex had been
footsteps
hunting them
like,
since the car scene, right?
You know those
Yeah.
you know those like twinkle toe sound effects that
you could hear his footsteps out in the wilderness for like miles and miles away and feel the vibration, but not in the building.
Yeah.
The female dinosaur
Nope.
saves the day.
That would
was
have been a
good,
nice.
progressive movie.
That would have been a nice scene though if you like maybe if the T-Rex was walking, so to call back to the water, maybe if the bones started to shake that they were on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like do something like that. I like how the banner falls while the T-Rex is eating the raptor. This is when dinosaurs ruled the world. Little.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like
And
king of
then
the
we
jungle.
Dude, he spits that raptor into the bones. It just
Dude,
I
boom,
like
like a
I
rag
just
doll.
smile every time.
Dude, it's such
It
And
a
makes
then-
me so happy.
And then the pivot
Yeah, and then the pivot.
to see the back shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To have that pose.
The thick T-Rex, yeah.
That's like when Spider-Man throws the clock's arm at Dr. Octavius.
Doc Ock. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
That is
Yeah.
like every single time it gives me friggin' chill.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, comic book panel, man. It's just
Yep.
a comic book panel.
There it is. That's what started it all.
That was so cool.
They
That's
look
the,
back,
yeah, that
they look
clock
back
tower
at the
scene was
T-Rex
cool.
and nod.
Like, oh, thank
He-
you.
And he gives him a thumbs up.
When dinosaurs ruled the world. Oh,
Yeah.
look, now he's a dad.
Now
He's a
loves-
father
he loves
figure now.
children now.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Yes, Jana. I put up my surround system
Hey, look,
very
it's
loud. for this
dinosaurs.
movie.
I mean, it's birds.
Oh, AJ, there you go. There's your dinosaurs, man.
That's
He's
something.
like, nah, that ain't them dinosaurs.
I'm with AJ, dude. Shave
Some
those
dragon
things and they might be
ancestor.
dinosaurs.
Those are birds, man.
Yeah.
No relation.
It's all the flightless
There it is.
birds that you
That's-
really
that's the
should
film,
look
gentlemen.
look at.
Yeah, that was a classic movie, man. That was great.
They go
great
off into
film.
the sunset.
Mhm.
That's right.
That theme, that John Williams theme.
Yep. No
Classic.
sequels to this one, kids. That's not happening.
No, they didn't want to make money off this.
No.
They could have easily just
Yeah.
made it a theme park ride in Universal Studios and
Swords.
been done with it.
Yep. Move on to
Get
the
out
next
of here.
one.
Too much opportunity.
The Lost World was
Lost-
amazing.
Lost World was boo boo.
The Lost
You
World
know
was
it.
cool.
AJ,
No.
I love you, man. This is like that Batman Robin take almost. You know, I can't. Nah, I'm just kidding you.
I feel you, little black girl doing gymnastics, kicking raptors around and what.
Yeah, what is that, dude? And you're gonna be okay with that?
See, he knows. He
You're gonna be
knows.
okay with that?
You know, AJ knows deep down. You know.
He's like, I know him. What I'm saying is,
We'll let him
wrong.
have. I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it because I like him. I'll let him have it.
I hate it
Indeed,
with
Matt.
the raptors jumping on the dudes in the field, and all you see is the little tails
Tails
just
wiggling.
dangling
That's
around.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Ah.
And when we first get to that island, it's cool.
It's
All
like
right.
10 minutes.
Yeah, man, all of the dudes
Like with
chasing the
cars,
dinosaurs.
yeah, with the
Yeah,
motorcycles zipping in and out of the dinosaur
Mhm,
legs and
mhm,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, see, we give you something.
yeah. The second movie where they put all the dinosaurs like in the middle of the camp. So if they get out, they just rampage through the camp.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
good
so
thinking.
cool. It's a good one.
Humans think they have control.
Still to this day, buddy.
No.
Never changed. They never
Well-
change.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been like this since the beginning of time.
The crazy
Well,
thing is that if
yes.
such a thing like this ever existed, they would implant an explosive device in the dinosaur's neck. Period. End of sentence.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the
Yeah.
only way to make this park function. Any one of these creatures goes past certain lines, kablamo.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they do in the book. They
Done.
actually have like a built-in genetic thing that they have to eat a certain chemical
Right.
if they
That's
if
right.
they don't. But a chemical is not going to stop a dinosaur from eating somebody.
Yeah.
True enough. But,
See,
yeah.
I
Jana
like what
likes
Nipsey
Jeff
Nipsey
Goldblum.
here says.
Oh yeah,
Nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way.
It's the only way to be sure.
that's true.
No.
Dempsey,
Let them live.
Ripley. Yep. Same thing.
What if they get out though? Like, you know, what if
That
they
was
learn
the
how to
highlight.
swim?
That was the highlight of Jurassic World. They're
Man,
among
that's
us
how
now.
if you nuke them, that might be how you get Godzilla.
Oh, there you
Somebody's
go.
gonna eat that nuke.
Take all that, absorb all that energy, and become
Uh-huh.
something better. Yeah.
Just like that raptor just absorbed it. So if they code.
It's like great. Now we have nuclear raptors now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Giant nuclear
Or,
raptors.
I think it was the drinker. They were talking about what next for movies, and they were saying that there's going to be dinosaurs in space. You know,
I might watch that.
I think people was talking about that. Was it 65?
Yeah, 65 looks
65.
65
Looks
pretty
okay.
Cool.
yeah,
Kind of reminds me of Turok the
it
Dinosaur
looks,
Hunter.
it looks fun.
So,
Yeah, it's
down
exactly
for
what it
that.
looks like.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'd watch it.
That's
Yeah.
actually one of my movies I'm actually more excited for because it's an IP. It's an
Original
IP,
property.
an original. It's an original
Probably.
IP.
Right. It's not,
Mm.
rehash garbage. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I'm
I don't
looking
know.
forward
I
to that.
don't know what the hell they're doing. I just don't know what the heck they're doing anymore. We used to have original stories that were loosely based on properties that seemed familiar. RoboCop and 8 Man, right? It was all supposed to kind of ripping off the Japanese without really doing it. And Top
Well-
Gun gets ripped off a little bit by Robotech, but Robotech's entirely different, but it still feels like Top Gun because they're Tomcats. You know, it's like, why can't we do more of that kind of stuff, you know, where we're playing around with these things as opposed to
Yeah.
they don't do them accurately anyway, so why you even bother adapting it? It doesn't make any sense
Nah.
to me.
We're in a
The
bad
prob-
place
the
right
The problem with modern filmmaking is that you don't have with a sandbox, you know, you have your borders, so you know where you can go and where you can't. So with Jurassic Park, they knew where they can go and where they couldn't with their computers, so they brought in practicals and animatronics and whatnot and puppeteering. Now we live in an age where we think the sandbox is wide open and we can do whatever our imagination tells us we can do.
now.
So I think there needs to be parameters set beforehand. I think these mega budget films with these insane price tags on them allows for everything to be thrown into it.
Mhm.
And it needs to be brought back down to a smaller budget to where creativity is a part of the process again. Because part of the creativity process is to figure ways around problems.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, which is
Well,
why Evil Dead is such a good, solid piece. It's like he had budget constraints, but he still wanted what he wanted, and he just had to figure out a way to get that on screen.
Exactly, and this is why my Snake on Planes is going to work.
No,
We were going so well.
you were making some great points, and you bring up that again. That's it. You're off the show.
It should be three planes. If you're gonna do,
you might as well go big.
The third one, Steven. Don't skip ahead.
That's right.
We can skip ahead.
Did anybody notice that the poster for Creed 3 is Creed 3, March 3rd, 23? Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of threes in that poster.
Whoa, so clever, guys. We've never done this before.
No Rocky. No, there's no movie for me without Rocky in it.
Well, guys, we're coming up on 3 hours here.
Almost.
Didn't even feel like it. Wow. Yeah. That didn't even feel like it.
What I wanted to ask this. Start with Stephen. What impact did this movie have on you?
Okay. The obvious. I'm going to take it myself. The obvious elephant in the room is the CG. I mean, I was really into the advancement of these cinematic arts. I was on board with the whole Star Wars model thing. This was brand new territory. We were just starting to see just the beginnings of it. And for me, it was just flat out startling that they executed it. This was live action, real time, daylight science fiction. It's like something we had never really seen before. And because daylight would always reveal the blue screen edge or the whether or not the image was slightly transparent because they had to do multiple layers of colorized grayscales. Like all of those things were visible on screen. And this was like, whoa, did they film? Those are dinosaurs on screen. It's like, what the heck? But they're real creatures on top of it. So there was legitimacy as well. So there was all of that. And mind you, at 93, I'm like 24 years old. So,
yeah. Well, AJ, how about you?
Oh man, as a lover of animals, this gave me a somewhat a horror movie, but again, I really didn't see the horror in it because I was just used to watching documentaries. So I've seen animals kill on a regular basis. So just seeing this being put in a movie format and like we were saying, like the lack of creativity nowadays or the willingness to just put something out there that's not attached to something that already has a fan base attached to it. So, and then, this came out the year I was born. So I just kind of grew up with this movie, as well as I'm going to assume the second one was probably like, I probably was born for that one to come. Yes, I was, but you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, now I get to see the second one. Now I get to see more raptors and whatnot. I get to see just the animal stuff. I get to see 2 T-Rexes not even caring about the humans. We just want our baby back in that second one. So, just seeing an animal horror movie besides the documentaries that I already watched. Like now I'm paying attention to the cinematography and the intelligence and the creativity behind it. But simply like how I was saying, the T-Rex, like investigating the car, like people saying, here's an animal on screen. This is how it performs. This is how it would kill you. It's not like it doesn't have a human brain of, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, I'm a serial killer type thing. I'm just being natural, bro. You in my territory and you look like a snack. So
you look tasty.
Yeah. You look weak as well. You look vulnerable because going back to that shot where the T-Rex was in the car, and I think Pops was saying like it wasn't actively trying to attack them, but once its prey starts flailing, then it sees, oh, okay, you're weaker than me. I can dominate you. I can have you. So
those kinds of chirpings from a piece of prey actually activates hormones in their bodies, like certain adrenaline rushes, and they're no longer in control anymore. It's just like a dog with a bone. It's like, I don't know why I'm licking. It's just licking the bone, just licking it. I don't know. Sorry.
That's what I got.
Two animals go after prey. They go after prey. You know, it's a survival thing for them.
Yeah.
And they're relentless unless that prey shows like you might lose this fight, bro.
Yeah.
And then the predator is like, okay, it's not worth it, but nah, these dinosaurs like, oh, these humans are weak. Weak eating.
How about you, Copa?
Like I said before, this movie came out in a perfect time. I'm 9 years old. I'm with a bunch of family members. We practically fill up a whole theater to ourselves, and we sit down and watch this movie. And I come out wanting to do exactly this, which is make movies. This is the movie that made me get into movies. This is a return to form for Spielberg. Before this, he was doing Hook, but before that, he was getting into dramas like Color Purple and Always, and Empire of the Sun was another one. So this was kind of his return to fun popcorn films that are on top tier. This is top tier Spielberg. It doesn't get much better than this. So I think it's one of those classic monster movies that it will stand the test of time. They will be talking about this one for 100 years down the line.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about it right now.
Right. 30 years later, 30 years later, we're sitting here and we're still mesmerized by what took probably 500 computers to do.
Right.
That now only one does.
And actually saying it's way better than what we have currently.
Exactly. And that's sad because you can clearly tell that now, and I've been seeing this for a while now, especially in Hollywood. We're regressing as a culture, and we're regressing as a creative culture, and then you can totally tell just by looking at a movie from 30 years ago and how well we did that to Ant-Man that just came out Friday, and it's just a CGI nightmare. It's just a nightmare.
I haven't seen it, but it seems like comparing it to Spy Kids 3D is accurate.
It's very accurate. It's
worse.
Very accurate.
I think it's worse than some scenes.
It's like if you mixed the live action Speed Racer that the Wachowski siblings did with Spy Kids 3D. If you mix those color palettes together, that's what you get with Quantumania.
It's way too much. Yeah,
and it's awful to look at.
But that's what drives people to the theaters to watch the next Marvel thing. Sparkles and flashes.
Yeah,
and
but that's the thing. It's like what we as a culture have to realize. We have to start letting other people in our culture know is you're not watching an actor anymore. You're watching a CGI house do the acting for somebody. They're just reading the lines. But there's no acting involved. There's no art form to this anymore, except for 1,000 people in a CG art house who's in slave labor conditions working for Marvel. That's who's running that's who the bulk of your movie is.
It's true.
And they get none of the respect, but these actors are just praised.
Oh yeah,
and don't even care about the characters that they playing, man.
Exactly, and the actors show up. They don't even have to know their lines anymore. They just wear an earpiece. Someone feeds them the lines.
Some of them just wear a helmet.
Some
Pedro,
of them just wear a helmet. Exactly. And then a lot of the times they're not even sharing the same room together. Like a lot of those big giant.
You could tell.
Yeah, you can tell that they're not sharing the same room. They're not there at the same time, scheduled at the same time. It's awful. That
was my issue with with that line. My bad, Jake.
Ian McCallum. That's right. Ian McCallum in the Hobbit movies. Love playoff. He actually was broke down crying because
you're talking not Ian McCallum. The guy who played Gandalf. Yeah.
Isn't that Ian McCallum?
No. Is it? No.
Is it?
whatever.
No.
Gandalf was crying because he was
Yeah.
on green screen
Yeah.
all goddamn day,
Gandalf
and it was
was
just
crying.
blowing his mind. That this
Yeah,
is
that's
what-
him.
what it
I just
come
looked it
to.
up.
It is. Yeah.
Y'all,
it was in-
y'all had the dude.
McKellen.
Y'all had the dude who don't care for Lord of the Rings
Let-
that looked that
Let
up.
me ask,
Mhm.
let me ask what
That was on purpose.
Cannoli.
AJ. Oh,
Sorry,
You know,
but
if this
Sorry.
trend keeps going, this is the reason why AI image alteration is becoming a more necessary thing, because in the editing booth, they don't want to hire anybody out to alter this guy's lines. They don't want to do
Mhm.
ADR anymore. So bring me that, high-powered cloning device, and bring me that high-powered, video editing software suite, and
Mhm.
we'll alter this movie to my heart's content, and it won't matter, because we've got everything we need. We've got the guy's face. We've got the guy's soundtrack. We've certainly got the guy's signature on his contract. So we can do whatever the hell we want, like that
Yeah, it's
scene in
true.
RoboCop. It doesn't
It's true.
matter. So I think that's what's driving this AI thing, because it still
Yeah.
blows my mind that there isn't a real-time audio translator between two
Mhm.
people over our phone, but I can edit somebody's face in a deep fake all day and night. It's like, where's the technology, guys? Or where's
Mhm.
communication?
It's true.
But yeah,
Sorry,
I agree with
it's
with
Sir. It's Sir Ian.
Sir Ian.
Okay, guys.
yes.
I got
I'm
that
sorry.
wrong. It's Sir Ian.
Come on.
I got it wrong too. I want to apologize to Jacob for
Mom.
being so adamant about being wrong live.
Yeah.
But I want to agree.
Cannoli.
I want to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Cannoli.
It's
What
yeah.
what is
So
this
for me? It
movie
was just
do for you?
yeah. It was the premiere to me. It's the premiere summer blockbuster movie that set the trend. And unfortunately, like Copa saying, we really just. I mean, there's been other movies since this, but man, what this movie did for me, I was a 13-year-old kid. I loved dinosaurs growing up as a kid, studying them, doing school projects on them. I read the book just before seeing the movie, like that weekend of seeing the movie. I read it in 1.5 days. I couldn't put it down. So it had an impact on me as a child, yeah, because you finally get to see these dinosaurs like up close, and like Steven was saying, with the CGI and the technology, even for me as a kid, a young teenager, just to see how impressive it was.
Mhm.
And then of course in my mind thinking, man, where can they go from here when I'm like 23, 33, 43? Well, here I am, 43.
Yeah.
It's like, and we've regressed with CGI because it's just so overused. So to
And
me it made an
it's not
impact. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I mean, the GI nowadays is not just overused; it's rushed so fast that they can't finish it in time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
It's
it looks
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
And you're oversaturated with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just tired. I'm tired of seeing it. Like Kelpa's right. Go back to some practical, mix it in, but make it look good. But it's not going to happen because the people in charge who run these studios don't care. They want their messaging, and that's all they care about.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's why Christopher Nolan's films work so well, is because the majority of his special effects are still practical.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
It's true.
tangible. Your eyes know
Yeah.
that it's tangible.
Yeah.
Even in
I-
Interstellar, he pulled it off. Like,
Yeah,
there was
I
CGI.
tell this
but-
story all the time about Interstellar. It's when I was watching it in the theaters. Now, mind you, my brain is already, this is post Jurassic Park, post Star Wars Special Edition, post prequels, right? We're getting some massively high quality CGI, and I'm like, wow, this is really getting exciting because it still hasn't broken yet, right? Interstellar is still before all of this silly nonsense. And then we see those shots where they're in space and the camera's looking at the spacecraft. And I'm like, holy shit, this is some insane gauzing effects that they're
The
getting,
black
the
hole,
cobwebbing on the
Saturn.
paint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is amazing. And then I find out, no, that was filmed practically. There was a 6/7 scale, physical object that they were filming on screen on a gimbal. And like, I was like, oh, wow. Because I thought for a second there that photography was just out the window at that point. It looked so good. It was scary.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I like seeing that spaceship at the end,
Oh yeah, where
with
they're
people
all
living in
living
it,
on
that
the
big,
space station.
drum like
Mhm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That reminded me of watching Gundam. They have big cities like that. It's really cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I like the black hole effect.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah,
And
Saturn,
they had no
you
idea
know.
it was going to happen like that either.
Mhm.
They just threw an equation in there, and the computer just crunched it overnight. And they were like, "Whoa! Oh, I guess that's how it would look. I guess."
Yeah.
Just great stuff. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think we've been trained now since I want to say the Abyss, all the way up until now, of how our eyes can spot CGI versus practical effects, and we're at a point now where it's like a kid ate a box of crowns and then threw up on paper. That's what I'm looking at this point.
Yeah,
That's
right.
good. It's true.
Yeah. I just saw somebody react to Terminator 2,
and
those visual effects still hold up because the audience knows it's a bunch of robots. That the goop that the creature's made out of is still just a bunch of nanobots just in a soup form.
Yeah, but
like Mercury. So it logically makes sense to the brain that it's not CGI.
And the fact that it's still there's a lot of practical mixed in with it.
Yeah. And it's funny how
I'm sorry.
We see the practical stuff because it looks real. But the CGI today, it does. You can tell that's how we say now that looks real. The practical looks real, and the CGI doesn't look real.
Right.
Yeah, that's half the reason why I didn't like the movie Ready Player One, is because all of a sudden Spielberg, the guy who did Jurassic Park, is doing a CGI F fest. You go, well, who's actually, what is actually going on? Am I watching a live action, or am I watching an animated movie? Now, granted, the story makes sense to have it like pretty much CGI, but
thank you, Copa. Come on, man, give him
too much.
Yeah,
but it's still too much.
It's too much. Yeah.
It's still too much.
That was the purpose of it, though.
Just make it animated at that point.
Right.
Well, yeah,
just making an animated show.
Yeah.
I think you could propose the idea that what I'm talking about, the usage of CGI in its earliest days was creatures we didn't know, physical objects that don't exist, right? Insects and toys. Okay, that's the beginning of CGI in cinema. And if you look at Starship Troopers with the giant insects, we've never seen creatures like that before. It still works. The CGI still works. You could see the edge, but it still works. Toy Story, these are plastic objects moving around. There are physical joints and materials that they're made out of that are simple. They're not reality, right? So that all works too, right? Dinosaurs, we've never seen dinosaurs move in real life. We have no idea what they look like, but we recognize them immediately. We can make that work too because CGI, right? So you don't see that edge. You start getting into the uncanny valley of that's a real car, that's a CGI car, that's a CGI motorcycle, that's not a real leather vest, that's not the way people move, and you just blow it. It just blows it. And they should know better.
Yeah.
They should know better. You know?
Yeah, and all these things where they make an actor look like the actor that's not alive anymore. You know?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
It doesn't look right. It looks weird.
I'm not with it.
Yeah. The same thing's going to happen, and I said this in my Indiana Jones reaction trailer video, which was we're about to see a lot more de-aging, especially with Harrison Ford in this new Indiana Jones. And the term uncanny valley is going to be a household term after this movie, because everybody's going to be weirded out by a young Indiana Jones, because they're going to look at it and be like, that's Harrison Ford. And at the same time, that's not Harrison Ford whatsoever. Something's weird happening here. Yeah, it's very creepy.
It's weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
What's tragically... Go ahead, AJ.
Well, I was going to say people liked it in... what was it, Obi-Wan? Now I can't tell you how many people actually watched it, but the dude who plays Anakin. Yeah. So I mean, there's been times where people accept it and they're like, "Oh my goodness, you're making him look like how he should be in the continuity of the story." So it looks weird. it looks weird to people who are paying attention and people like us who are like understand the lack of creativity and passion put into these projects. But I always go back to like normies, the audience, the general audience are just gonna eat that stuff up, and they're gonna be so amazed.
Yeah.
Ooh, technology! Ooh, this is so great, but not realizing how I guess unethical it is. And
they don't see the bigger picture. They just see what's in front of them, like it's eye candy.
Yeah. We watch the movie, we turn our brains off, we accept it, we love it, and go on about their day. But,
consume product, move on.
Yep.
Yeah.
The creepy, tragic part about this is that cinema is not only asking us to accept the lie, but to join in with the lie and convince ourselves that this is all okay.
Right.
This idea of de-aging Harrison Ford, de-aging Indy, but we know it's Harrison Ford because he's doing an interview on the channel right now. So we know what he looks like, and that's not him. And it's this tumble salt that we have to do to accept and breach the reality of the cinema, which is not the deal. That wasn't the deal I brokered as a kid. I'm paying a ticket. You're promising me a fictitious reality. Okay, I'm coming here to see your fictitious reality. Okay, I'm already suspending my belief because it's a fictitious reality. Now you're going to ask me to do more tumbles within that on top of everything else? No, that's not the deal we brokered. That's not the way this works. You're supposed to convince me, not the other way around.
Right. The thing is that Hollywood used to ask you to suspend your disbelief, and now they demand it.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yes. They're telling
they're
you
insulted that you don't.
Right.
And if you don't like our poor movies and poor CGI, well, that's your fault. It's not my problem.
Exactly.
It's always the fans' fault now.
Yep. Where's your imagination? I don't know. Where's yours?
There's none. There's none to be had with these movies.
Yeah, because now you get into the point to where, like I was saying, it's asking you to be in on it for the duration of the movie. But then, like with your examples, if we see this guy de-aged on screen and some younger person or something, I don't know. But if a person is not familiar with this person on screen and they do go see an interview, they're like, what the heck is happening? I thought this dude was young, but he's old right here in real life. So it's making you do the mental gymnastics in real life as well. And then y'all know I go to the AI and all this deep fake and all that type of stuff. But I think that these projects, they're just trying to see what they can get away with. How much can they actually get people to like turn their brains off and accept what we're putting on the screen? And then you will see that play over into real life somehow.
Yeah. Once it becomes I'll remind you that there's a technology called 2D makeup, right? And this 2D makeup has existed for as long as Sony has had the major contracts for television cameras. Okay, it became a piece of software where any regular news correspondent would have their makeup done as a 2D profile in the camera. And the camera would do real-time 2D touch-up on their face. So if their face was a little puffy that day, or they had a scar that they never liked and always wanted removed, that would be removed. And it's a very simple technology that they've been using since long before CGI took over, deepfake. This 2D makeup thing is what we call photoshopping nowadays, but it was being done in real time with news broadcasters. And that's a fact. You could go look it up. It predates the whole, I think I heard about it for the first time in Benjamin Button.
Okay.
That was the first time I heard about it, because reversing somebody's age was something they'd been doing for decades, but they were literally contracted to not talk about it because people's careers were on the line.
We're on the line, yeah. I was going to say.
Right? But afterwards, after this film, they were able to breach this subject out. So it's you're right, AJ. They're going to ask us. We're already living in a reality where we assume that half of what we see is not to be trusted. We already live in that reality.
Good point, Jonah.
Well, and it begs the question of what the future is. Like, who's going to be reading our news to us, a person or a robot? You won't know the difference. Maybe Peter Jennings comes back from the dead and starts reading the news again.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Then
or
would you
Edward
believe?
R. Murrow. That would be the real
Right.
joke. Edward
Exactly.
R.
That
Murrow.
would be even funnier, right? But there's a TikTok artist who does deep fakes of Tom Cruise, and it's the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It looks just like him.
But yeah, it's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
And
Scary.
people want that because I remember Tupac concert where he was a hologram.
Yeah, people went nuts about that. People went absolutely bonkers about it.
So you mean to tell me they somebody get the relive a Michael Jackson experience and bring him back?
People would do it.
Trying to do that in Vegas, weren't they?
People gonna be all over it.
Yeah, they did it with Elvis too.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep telling people, I'm going to keep mentioning it. This channel on YouTube called 2 Minute Papers covers the current state of the art of artificial intelligent artwork and interference or intermission or whatever. The AI algorithmic capabilities at present. It is an incredible channel. I used to think it was creepy. I guess I'm becoming more tolerant to the whole thing, but it used to be really creepy to see some of this shit get rolled out. And now AIs are learning how to play whole video games in real time. First time, second time through, they're getting it perfect. I'm sorry. It's like, it's gotten so out of control. And it goes right along with this movie. We don't really understand what we're tinkering with here, and we can get Jeff Goldblum on his perch to yell at us about it.
With his shirt off.
It's not going to make a damn bit of difference. We're still going to move forward anyway.
Yeah.
We're just going to need a John Connor at this point.
Yeah.
Smash the machines.
Well, guys, I'm ready to say time's up.
Okay.
He got his watch hours out of this.
Yes, I did. Well, Stephen, what do you have coming up? Anything?
Let's see. Well, this week is actually kind of busy. Pops is doing a member stream tomorrow night, I think at about 5 Pacific. And then right after that, we got the Carpenter boat is happening on Thursday at the Roman of the Empire. So that's busy enough for me. That sounds pretty cool. It's going to be. Right. I never noticed it before, but it's C Carpenter. It's JC.
JC.
John Carpenter. Yeah, that's it. I never noticed that before, but yeah, he deserves that moniker. Deserves that one.
Yeah.
And he's a carpenter too, on top of it. Yeah. His last name is literally Carpenter.
AJ, how about you?
Man, I just go with the flow, man. I haven't made a video in a while. I got some stuff. Look, just look out. All right. Pay attention to all these people on this stream, in this chat. Pops, man. I find myself a lot of times as I'm trying to deal with life, I'm just going through YouTube trying to put somebody on, trying to support somebody. So yeah, if it's not us, man, go find somebody to support.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Your wife's being mean.
Who's being mean?
Jenna is being mean.
That's just the pregnancy hormones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I still love her.
There's a moon out tonight. Sorry.
I agree with Miss Jenna, though. AI scares me, honestly. And as I'm looking at these pictures, it's too creepy. And I'm like, look,
and everybody makes fun of the AI, right, AJ? AbominationAJ, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they make fun of like the hands and the fingers, and I'm like, wait until the computer just figures it out.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Wait until the computer figures it out that it's smarter than we are.
Right. Exactly. First the fingers, and then it goes. Once the fingers are complete and they know we have 10, they're like, "Oh, I understand the human condition now."
The sad thing about AI is that it doesn't have to be conscious of what it's doing to still be creepy as hell. Okay,
no,
it can be smarter than us and not know it's smarter than us. That wouldn't stop it from still being smarter than us.
That's true.
And and in that horror movie,
cold like that.
And in that horror movie, it's going to kill one of us, and it's going to count the finger as it breaks them. And it's going to say, I learned. I know how many you have.
I know how many makes you hurt.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Five. Oh, wait, that's not a finger. That's a thumb.
Oh, I already broke that one.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, AI is terrifying.
So what do you got
Copa,
coming up next
what
week,
you got
Jacob?
coming?
Oh, I just dropped
Let's
an
finish with Copa. Copa and cannoli.
Okay. So I just
Copa
dropped.
frozen?
Yeah, it's all right. He's better looking that way.
Yeah.
Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
No,
We can hear you.
That's enough. That's enough.
Oh, okay.
You're not frozen
Yeah,
on
we can hear
YouTube
you.
though.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I just dropped the Ant-Man and Wasp review. Basically going over the failures of the writing, the woke nonsense that is shoehorned in there once again. But this time, I really want to say that this is the most flagrant shoehorning of woke nonsense into a Marvel film, at least one I've seen in a while. So I just dropped that, and then I will be on Mr. Roman of the Empire with, I believe, pretty much everybody on this panel. As we go over, as we say, Happy John Carpenter Day, John Carpenter Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Oh, and I also wrote a book. Can I plug my book?
Go ahead. That's it.
No, let him plug
Let me
it.
just plug my book.
This
real
is
quick.
not
You wanna
snakes on a plane.
This is not. No, it's Snake on Planes.
Solo.
Come on,
Snake on
dude.
Planes.
Solo.
Sorry.
Okay, so book,
Oh, I'm blind.
It's
I'm blind. The light.
which is shinier, the cover of the book or my head?
It doesn't matter.
They're both
All right, yeah.
creation.
So the book is on Amazon. You can find it there, paperback or Kindle. That's it. Please
God.
enjoy.
Cool.
I pass it off, but I am still enlarged. Ooh, you like this?
Whoa.
Wrong terminology, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Cannoli?
Oh God. I got the Roman of the Empire stream, John Carpenter. Looking forward to that on Thursday. And then Friday, Mrs. CannoliSasquatch and I are doing the rebranded Friday show. So it's the Cannoli Connection episode 1. And we have Joker Voice as our special guests. So we're going to rip into the DCEU and all the pop culture stuff and get into that. And then, yeah, it's basically it. So got a busy end of the week.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa, what?
You got to plug Monday's show, bro.
Are you guys doing Titanic on Monday?
Well,
No.
It might be a
Dude, we
Titanic.
were.
Yes, I forgot. Thanks, Copa. Monday, we have a big special guest on our Mischief Mayhem movie. We're talking to Drunk 3PO about his new book coming out.
Yeah.
So definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be very exciting. So we'll be plugging that a lot as the week ends and into the weekend. So look out for that as well.
Mm-hmm. That's a white bear connection, isn't it? Right? It's a bear thing.
Canadian bear, white bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps.
Basically, we got them together. We said, you guys got to get together and fight it out.
Yeah. And we'll
My
film
money's
it.
on the white bear.
Yep. Bear fight.
Hey man, you throw like a half key of cocaine at that kid, he is violent.
Dude, you want to talk about clever? Talk about a way to like, okay, how can we do this? How can we make a bear hyper violent, funny, and horrific all at the same time? Cocaine bear, of course. That's how we can do it.
I like
Holy
it.
crap.
I
Can't
like
believe
it.
that thing really
That
exists.
bear's on yayo.
Yeah, yo.
No, don't eat that. Don't. Oh,
Well.
he ate the whole kilo.
Oh, don't eat that. Well, I've
Huh?
Did we lose
I
it?
think the Jacob.
Y'all.
Did we lose Jacob?
Oh, there he is.
Y'all.
There he is. Mhm.
Oh.
am I here?
You're gonna have,
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
you're here. You're
yeah,
good.
you're gonna have to
Can you
start.
hear me?
You're gonna have to start from run. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Can you
Roman.
hear me?
I'm going to be on Roman's stream, the John Carpenter stream, so that'll
Awesome.
be fun. And next week is Rear Window, and
Awesome. Good
I
movie.
think Mags is going to be on there. Who else?
Me.
Well, now the show's ruined.
Yeah, Steven is going to be Steven and Copa.
I'm penciled
That's
in
good.
as you know, as far as I know, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
Still going to happen. So
Yep. Yeah, that'll be fun. That's a good movie.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
talk about that
Favorites.
hot dancer that lives across from him. Ooh, she was
I love
smoking.
that.
She was smoking.
That movie is so
That's-
good. It's just so good. Grace Kelly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, talk about
Yes.
giving me a
God,
long lens.
Grace Kelly. Wow.
Good grief.
And she only did what,
Well,
14,
guys.
15 movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then became a queen.
And then became a
It's true.
terrible life. She had a terrible life.
Well, Jacob,
Yep. I'm ready to go. Are y'all ready?
Thanks, Jacob. Yep. Thanks, Jacob. Go ahead,
Yeah,
buddy.
take us out.
Call it quits, buddy.
Beep, beep. Take us out.
Yeah, I had a good time. Glad all y'all could come. And
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
anybody
invite.
who's
Thank you, chat.
watching this stream, everybody's info is in the description below, so check them out. And
Awesome.
y'all have a good week, and we'll see y'all next time.
night, everyone.
Take
Great
care.
chat, by the way.
See ya.
Unbelievable chat.
Chat makes the show.
You're a cool dude, man.
Get us out of here. It's getting awkward.
I just go.
AJ.
Peace. People were trying to leave.
What's going on here?
Hey, StreamYard do some weird stuff.